Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is our Georgia Suburban Homestead. We've seen this channel quite a bit, actually. The other day we lost a stream due to the internet. I decided in this case, because they were so short, we just do a complete redo of episode 671, and that's right, yes, 671 episodes of Tuber Chat, of which Scratch and PPA, who's in the chat, has been here for over 650 of them, if you can imagine that. Makeup Mom and Son, my dear friend, is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator as well. She's a friend of over 3.5 years, also since almost the beginning of Tuber Chat. So when we look at our Georgia Suburban Homestead, we see a homesteading channel, and we have quite a vibrant homesteading community even within the Tuber Chat family. About 2 years ago, many homesteading channels started to come in. It was almost like an influx of homesteading channels, and I group a lot of different categories together. So we talk about homesteading itself, we talk about gardening, ranching, farming, and some other outdoor-based channels as well, like hiking, camping, fishing, and other outdoor activities. Because a lot of the creators behind these channels seem to have a similar generosity at the forefront of their personalities or character, if we want to put it that way, they enjoy sharing knowledge and resources with each other and with others. That's the case with our Georgia Suburban Homestead. In the case of a lot of our homesteading friends, we get about a 50-50 split between indoor and outdoor content. In the case of our Georgia Suburban Homestead, we get more outdoor content by what I would say is about 2/3, maybe 3/4. These creators will help us with prepping, with growing food, with canning, with cooking, and with a lot of outdoor activities as well, tips and tricks in the garden. What they want to instill in us is the idea that we can grow our own food even in a residential neighborhood. We've got a few homesteading friends in smaller spaces that want to let us know that we can partake in homesteading and prepping activities regardless of the size of the space we're working with. So our Georgia Suburban Homestead is here with us regularly and an over-the-top generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. When we look at the shorts on this channel, mostly outdoors, we see that these have gotten into 5,000 and almost 6,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams are frequent, as a matter of fact. At least once a week they're going live. They're working on 1,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit, pardon me, farther towards that milestone. I'm just going to show you a second channel as well, and it is called I Died, if I can spell properly. I Died NDE stands for Near Death Experience. And let me see if I can catch this. Oh, pardon me, channel. It's fairly new, and when we have brand new channels or channels that change their name, it can take a little while for them to pop up in the search results right away. When we search for this channel, especially with the proper name, it'll come up without too much trouble. I'll put the handle in the chat in case anybody simply can't find them. But we really do a great service for each other when we search, find, and click on each other's names. Those that are the hardest to find are the ones who need our help the most. And you can imagine when hundreds of other creators are searching for your channel name, having it come up in the search results and then clicking on it, you are going to over time rise up those search results, and eventually YouTube will do a better job of predicting when people are looking for our particular channels. In the case of most, what I have found is that almost everybody comes up number one after they've got about 800 subscribers. Names that are extremely short or with special characters and things like that can take a little bit longer. DJ's Adventures and Beyond, thank you for letting me know you've renamed your channel. I know we've got a lot of friends in the chat. Thank you everybody for coming in early. I know Cool Gamer might be hanging out in the background. Canadian Family Life and Chocolate Drop are both here. Fat Man James Fishing and Follow the Bradley's Funner in the house. Home Bartending with John. And Lisa Swain is in the house now, and that might be a brand new channel for Tuber Chat. So for anybody that is brand new today, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time and meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Miss Canadian Scrapper and P&J's Homestead Adventure are both here, along with Fairbrick Studio and Regional Sky Girl. Ree's Blissful Connections is connected on all of my channels, as is Rock Chick Beauty. She's from the UK. And the Adventures of Kenny and Debbie are here with Zombie Gaming Jory, a longtime friend, and then Honcho Gaming is in the house, and of course Scratch and PPA, like I mentioned earlier in the stream. I now have been making our moderators wait until after the first break before putting them on the wheel, but I'll get some names onto the wheel as soon as my robot is ready. The way that we're doing things now, starting at the beginning of January, has been that we run the wheel based on how actively engaged in conversation everyone is in the chat. So I'll keep an eye on that, and we'll add some names to the wheel shortly. In the meantime, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Native Wildman's in the house. I think I just watched a video from them the other day, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everybody. Day One Adventures is also in the house. And yes, Lisa Swain is brand new today. So again, hopefully you're feeling welcome, and hopefully everybody will join me in giving them a warm welcome into the Tuber Chat family. And I will think about getting some names onto the wheel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So we'll get a few names onto the wheel right away. Rock Chick Beauty, Zombie Gaming Jory, and Miss Canadian Scrapper will all be added. Actually, I'll put Chocolate Drop and Home Bartending with John on there as well. Chocolate Drop's going to be featured later this week, and Home Bartending with John is here with us just about every day. Just Jason, Keto, and More will probably be up very soon with Canadian Family Life, but we'll fill it up to about 5 or 6 names right now, and then we'll keep them going as we need them. As you can see, Botrix is in the house. That's like Nightbot, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, one of the chat bots, and it lets us know that the wheel has changed. So we describe exactly how the wheel works in the video descriptions, of course. Becoming Vermont, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in, and thank you P&J's for sending them here. And again, for anybody that's brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. All of our instructions are in our video description so that you can maximize the value of the time that you spend here. I do appreciate every moment. Keto Mama Michelle, good to see you in the house. Another longtime friend is here. Miss Canadian Scrapper is a channel we haven't seen on the screen for a little while, but she's a longtime friend and known as a very generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I've seen Happy Mail from this creator on many different channels, and that just speaks to their generosity. I'm just going to grab this video from their featured position. YouTube gives us a lot of different ways that we can dress up our front page if we'd like to, including featured channels. I haven't talked about this much lately, a lot of familiar faces there, but featured channels are a great favor you can trade with other creators, and it's a great way to get some more exposure for your channel, of course. I'm just going to dig into their videos for a second because I know I'm behind, and what I'm going to do is take their second latest video. I know they're already monetized, but I'm going to make sure that I take the longer of the 2 videos. Every minute matters, of course, right? I'll put that into a special playlist I have called Catch Up, and that's what I use to keep caught up with creators. Or get caught up with creators when I need to. Scrow's Nest, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They're talking about swapping playlists, of course. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. So Miss Canadian Scrapper is in Kingston. I didn't realize they were so close. I should have known after all this time. I actually work yeah, I wouldn't say close, but, you know, within less than an hour away from them. Perhaps we'll do a meetup one of these days. They're showing some of that famous Canadian weather from the past week, actually, just in their thumbnails there. They got some shorts here with a little bit more of that as well, and some of these have gotten into 10,000 and even 11,000 views, which is great to see. As well, we look at live streams. We know Miss Canadian Scrapper goes live frequently, so it looks like at least once a week, sometimes more than that, and you'll find lots of familiar faces in their streams. Pardon me, they've been at this a while. They are on the cusp right now of 6,000 subscribers. So I'm hoping everybody will connect with them. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that exciting milestone as well. I'm going to spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel ready to go out. Another couple of names in a moment. Zombie Gaming Jory is a longtime friend and somebody who always shares positivity in the chat. Zombie Gaming Jory, of course, will bring us more video gameplay than anything else. And I see Wayne's World Unlimited in the house, along with Kermidge in Alaska. Good to have you here. I'm not sure when you changed your name, but I noticed it right now. Puppet Short Films is also in the house. Good to see you here. And then, yeah, Native Wildman, it can take a long time to get through playlists. Some of our friends will chop their channel up into playlists. Scratch and PPA gives an incredibly simple but great example of what we can do by chopping our channel into playlists and then marking the times of those playlists so that when people want to swap with us for watch hours, they know exactly which playlist they want to run based on what they've got for themselves as well, if that makes sense. Most creators will insist on a fair trade. We have seen a few times where somebody that's a newer channel will make a trade with a gaming channel that's got live streams, and their playlist can go on literally for days, if not weeks at times. So we keep that in mind. And then when we come into the idea of Zombie Gaming Jory, this, like I said, is a longtime friend now. They've got 819 subscribers, and they are bringing us just one video right now. They're talking about Xbox versus PlayStation. I think they're more leaning towards PlayStation, if I remember right. And then when we get into their live streams, we see that they're on frequently. And this is a perfect example of what I was just talking about when we're looking at playlists, right? So this creator goes on sometimes for 5 hours, 4 hours, you know, 2-3 hours, 6.5 hours there. And you can imagine that those playlists are really going to start racking up hours, right? It's not uncommon for gaming channels to see their playlists get into, like I said, days or weeks. But you can chop your channel into different playlists. You can have an all but unlimited amount of playlists and videos in them. So I almost recommend for people wanting to swap with each other, you can chop your channel into playlists that you specifically call 5 hours or 10 hours or 20 hours or whatever it's going to be. And even I've taken a page out of Scratch and PPA's book in doing that kind of a thing. Abandoned Exploring Mike, good to see you here. Wayne's World Unlimited, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. He's done that kind of thing countless times. And while absolutely unnecessary, it is, of course, very much appreciated always. So I've put Wayne's World Unlimited on the wheel right away. And yeah, TikTok is another great platform for posting. One of the things that I talk about frequently is what would we do if we started over, or specifically what would my advice be to somebody just starting over, because I've been on YouTube for over 6.5 years now. When I started, the other platforms were not monetizing the same way that things like YouTube and Twitch are. But those days have changed, and now we have monetization available on Twitter or X, on Instagram, and then on TikTok, on Facebook, of course, and many other platforms. So my advice to anybody who was about to start, or if somebody needed to start over, is I would say, as opposed to thinking about being a YouTuber, the idea is maybe to think about being a content creator. And therefore, what we will do is post our content on every platform. And the reason why is because you just never know where the audience is going to pick up on the content that you're creating. We've even seen a couple of creators who came into the Tuber Chat family, became close friends, and have moved more so into other platforms because they found better success over there. But it depends on what you're going to do. Somebody like me is not as fun as I'd like to think that I am sometimes. Yes, I smile. Sarcasm is part of my personality, of course. I know not everybody appreciates that, but I don't sing, I don't dance, I am not artistically talented, so therefore I don't rush to TikTok. But I don't think there's any reason why we can't post 99% or more of our YouTube shorts on Instagram Reels, Facebook Stories, TikTok as well, maybe even Pinterest and Twitter and other places, right? So these are just ideas. Puppet Short Films is saying they post everywhere as well. And then thank you, Doof Doof Paranormal just dropped a super chat as well. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that countless times as well. They're going to take over our Stream Boss position all in one fell swoop. So I might take their channel and put it up next for that reason. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Yarnworks, Yarnworks and Crafts and More by Lydia is in the house. We've seen them before several times. And then there you go. Yeah, Wayne's World Unlimited's been on a long, long time, so some of the other platforms didn't even exist. And that's absolutely true. And the reason why I put a focus on monetization is just because I know that here in the Tuber Chat family, 99% of us have monetization on our minds. Many creators will say something like, hey, I don't want to make money off my videos, but if a little bit comes in, that's fine. And there are lots of other creators that are here for monetization or to monetize their business in different ways as well. I think all of that is fine. And, you know, there are literally over 50 million different channels, which means over 50 million different reasons why people are here. Miss Canadian Farmhouse, I didn't realize you had a second channel, but that's Miss Canadian Scrapper. Thank you very much for letting me know about that. I'm going to try to keep that in mind so that when you're here, I'll feature both channels. I usually do that for creators. And then Scratch Master is in the house. Rushing Wind Mountain is here. Tropical Buzz is the second channel from the Stock Explorer. They were live earlier today. I was lucky to catch that. I think I saw TCG Fam in the house. Thank you for being here. And then Computer Chick Productions. Good to see you in the house. And yeah, well, yeah, it's possible. Computer Chick Productions has been on since 2006. They say they were told by a big creator they're the oldest channel not monetized. Anything's possible because they were really, really early. I forget the dates, how these things work. I think Google bought YouTube in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. I could be very wrong about that, so forgive me. I should go look that up, but I'll do it another time. Let's do a check on our robots as well. April Showers Network, good to see you here. This is a simple command I've added into the robots. Anybody can do the same thing, and it just simply lets you know that the robots are actually working, or chatbots if we want to call them that. You never know when one of them might have a glitch and not be working, and we've seen that before from most of them. All four of ours are working, so Stream Elements, Nightbot, Streamlabs, and Botrix. The reason why I use 4 is because if one of them needs to take the day off, then another one can pick up the slack, especially when we're making promises related to memberships and other things like that as well. So hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I'm going to try to move a little bit faster now. Kermidjan, Alaska, thank you, by the way, for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. I've put you on the wheel right away for that reason. And then we're looking at Chocolate Drop. So this is a channel we're going to talk more about in a few days. We're going to have them featured. This is a longtime friend. Their handle is Chocolate Drop Coupons. I'm going to put that in the chat just in case anybody absolutely needs it, because this channel has a very popular name and can be tough to find. Mark the Shark, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Chocolate Drop, look at the excitement in this creator. They're always smiling. They're always laughing. I had to laugh along for that thumbnail, though. But I'm going to take their product review video here that they just put out last week. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up or get caught up. Lynn's Life Lessons, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And when we look at shorts from Chocolate Drop, we see that this creator is bringing more variety. Some of these have done really well, getting into 7,000 views and beyond, almost 8,000 there, and well over 12,000 now. Tiffany Johnson, Lava Shark, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Our treasured home is here. Great to see you again. They're here with us regularly. I think I said hello to Lynn's Life Lessons. Now, Chocolate Drop tells us on their banner that they bring us love, life, couponing. It can be just about anything, including games that she plays during her live streams. I've caught her many times, and she kind of does a would you rather kind of an idea sometimes, and the chat gets pretty engaged, so hopefully everybody will catch her and put that notification bell on, of course, so you'll catch her when she's live. I'll probably see you over there, and I try to catch her as often as I can, like I do with everybody. She's working on 1,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. So Karen from Australia is Doof Doof Paranormal. This creator dropped a $20 super chat, so thank you for that. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and for that reason, I'll put that channel on the screen right away. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Itchin' to Scratch UK, good to see you in the house. Gloria's Platter is a long time friend. And, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And thank you, yes, Wayne's World Unlimited, and for our friends in the UK, I know it's always late for you. We've been doing our streams at 6 p.m. Eastern lately, which works out to about 11 p.m. for them as a starting time. Rock Chick Beauty's usually up late, but some of our friends in the UK might be calling it a night very soon. But I do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. We expect to be on for another 2.5 hours. There's the Stock Explorer. I need just a quick second. I'll come right back. We'll talk about Doof Doof Paranormal. And pardon me for that. So Doof Doof Paranormal is going to talk to us about paranormal investigations and a lot of interviews with investigators. We had this influx. I mentioned homesteading channels a couple of years ago, but we also had a lot of paranormal channels come in, and some of those friends are still with us today, and that community continues to grow. It's a huge genre on YouTube, of course, but so much so that I've actually been out on a few paranormal investigations myself with a couple of creators here in the Tuber Chat family called Reckless Adventure and Huntophobia. So I'm just going to grab the latest video. I can see I'm behind again with Doof Doof Paranormal. They said they just got back from a 2-week trip. I'm going to put that video in my catch-up list. They just put that up last week, so we'll see what they've got going on. And then when we look at their channel, we see they're already monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I have a video that's completely not entertaining at all, but it is a behind-the-scenes look at Huntophobia, who actually does a much more professional job with their videos than I might have thought was the case before agreeing to go out with them on their investigations. Much more along the lines of a TV show, but they really put a lot of work into that. They bring a small crew out, and like I said, I have a behind-the-scenes video. I actually went on 3 adventures with them, and I hope to get another behind-the-scenes or 2 done. I've got the footage. It's just extremely lengthy, and I got to find time to go through it. But it can be pretty entertaining to see their productions. The behind-the-scenes, of course, is a different thing. Pardon me for just one more second here. And happy belated birthday to Mr. Fulton Mraz. He's a friend of over 4 years now. He's been with me since before Tuber Chat was even a thought, actually. And that creator just celebrated his birthday on Saturday, so hopefully it was a good one for you. Mr. Fulton Mraz, like I said, is a longtime friend. Now, when we look at Doof Doof Paranormal, I wanted to put a special bit of focus onto their shorts, because one of the things that I often talk about, and this is me preaching, not necessarily practicing, is the idea that if we put more production value into our shorts, it's very possible that they have a better chance of getting a few more pumps of heavy views. We all know that shorts can have this winning the lottery effect to them, where we might get pumps of 100 views or hundreds or even into the thousands, sometimes even tens of thousands of views, and sometimes it can happen more than once. But if I look at one of these shorts, I'm not going to let it run too long, but I just want to show you the production value here. You see the animation, the video coming in, and that's what I'm talking about. I think that that can be an idea, maybe even something to try for most of us. So it's just an idea, and then we'll look at the live streams on this channel as well. Doof Doof Paranormal is going to go live a couple of days from now. They'll be live on Thursday, mid-afternoon for me, as a matter of fact, even though this is Karen from Australia, so that might be extremely late for them. And then, pardon me, Henry Nelson is in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hugo Homestead is here. I'm not sure if I said hello earlier. Always good to see you. That's an extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as well. Now, Doof Doof Paranormal seems to be going live at least once a week. And often they're having guests on for StreamYard panels. There's our friend Come Hither with Heather as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Doof Doof Paranormal. We'd love to push them towards the 700 subscribers we know they're thinking about. And then, yeah, Native Wildman, thumbnails are just a small part of the work we have to do. I think everybody in the chat will probably agree that YouTube is more work than we thought it was going to be when we started. But the other thing too is there are a lot of things that we can use to trade favors with other creators. So if there are things that you enjoy doing on YouTube, you know for sure there are some people out there that don't enjoy the things that you enjoy. Not everyone, just some. And so the idea is you could possibly trade favors with other creators if you got other people that enjoy researching, giving title suggestions or tags or hashtags or writing descriptions or using AI and things like that. And you're artistic and you like doing thumbnails and channel banners, things like that. You could trade favors or possibly even get paid for your work. Some of you know that half of my full-time gig is running YouTube channels and doing other social media for other people. And that's a perfect example of how it's possible to monetize even your work behind the scenes in a very serious way. As well, there's platforms now like Upwork and Fiverr where you can get paid one by one to do thumbnails and things like that for people, banners and other social media graphics. Rock Chick Beauty's dropping a super chat. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She's also done that countless times before, but her channel was just selected by The Wheel, so it's going to be the next one that we look at. We're going to go on a break for about 3.5 minutes right now. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. Good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And there you go. Yes, Computer Chick Productions is well versed in all the active work that we have to do on YouTube. They've been on for a long time, so they've seen a lot of changes as well. So if anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay. Because of the engagement signal sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And if you haven't already given a thumbs up, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Yes, Puppet Short Films. Let's go hydrate. We'll be back in 3.5 minutes. Alright, we're back and about to look at Rock Chick Beauty from the UK, who updated her banner recently as well. I know a couple of channels have come into the chat, and I added a couple more names onto our wheel. So P&J's Homestead Adventure and Fairbrick Studio, who is everywhere supporting everyone, is here on the wheel now as well. So when we look at Rock Chick Beauty, we see a creator that's actually been through this twice. They reset and restarted their channel somewhere between 2.5 and 3 years ago. This creator now has almost 200 videos, first of all, and the idea is, could you come back stronger and more solidly the second time around? What we see from this creator is they're on their road towards 1,300 subscribers, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. The biggest thing that I can talk about with Rock Chick Beauty, besides the fact that they've been a friend of over 3 years now, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, this creator has presentation at the forefront of her mind. So we see a professional look to all of her thumbnails. Even though every video gets a different looking thumbnail, those bright, bold headshots will make her recognizable. That will pay off when we think about branding, of course. So Rock Chick Beauty as well, like I said, is working on 1,300 subscribers. This creator started with beauty but talks about all things alternative. She brings us a lot of product reviews, unboxing videos, and now sponsored videos, along with the beauty videos that we know and love from Rock Chick Beauty and have over the years. So when we look at shorts from this creator, we see that she's gotten into 1,800 and 2,800 views on a couple of these. We see live streams from this creator, and they have a history of doing a lot of live streams. So I'm hoping that they'll pick those back up. But they've been going live about once a month up until now. So we'll keep an eye on the channel. We always have notification bells on for everyone. That is in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for everybody. And then Sean the Great Gamer, good to see your Instagram is blowing up. That's great to see. Anthony J, good to have you in the house. I caught them, I think it was yesterday, for a live stream again. Beverly Moffat is here, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Now, Makeup Mom and Son and Scratch and PPA are going to be added to the wheel right away. And likely the Stock Explorer anytime now as well. I always make our moderators wait just until after the first break, but they have all been loyal and dedicated supporters for years, as a matter of fact. So when we look at the wheel, let's spin, and we'll get another channel up onto the screen in a moment. Rock Chick Beauty dropped a super chat right after their channel was chosen from the wheel, so thank you for that. And like I said, Rock Chick Beauty's done that countless times. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, even though it is absolutely unnecessary. So again, if anybody would like to swap playlists in the chat with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Makeup Mom and Son has crossed 2,000 subscribers. This is a friend of over 3 years now, probably getting closer to 3.5. She's been here since almost the beginning of Tuber Chat. She is a very dear friend and over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator as well. Now, Makeup Mom and Son started with a lot of beauty and makeup, including get ready with me type videos and live streams, and she has been so supportive ever since the very beginning that I believe her first live stream ever, which is now a couple of years ago, went on for 4 hours and she was rated 3 times. And I think that speaks volumes about the character of the creator behind this channel, to know that her generosity is out there so much that it's coming back to her in that way right from the beginning. I'm just going to grab her latest video. She's changed up her content over the years and really added a lot of different types of videos. This creator is always looking for something new to show their audience. So even though they now do a lot of product reviews, snacking, subscription boxes, and things like that, they're always mixing things up so we have something new to see. So I've got their latest video ready to watch. And this creator as well has been known in their live streams to do a lot of interviews as well. I've been honored to have been a part of their interview series. They might bring those back. You can see a game night here. I've actually joined them on their channel with some of these other familiar faces. You saw Hilda DC and Corinne's Life there, of course. We've all been together on streams many times before. So hopefully everybody will connect with Makeup Mom and Son, and hopefully we'll see some more live streams from her as well. She is now looking at 32,000 and 37,000 views on some of these shorts. So she's been doing well with these for a long time. There's Come Hither with Heather. Thank you for coming in. We saw you on Doof Doof Paranormal's channel in a couple of their thumbnail rollovers. There's Rambling with the Brooms, another fellow Canadian who happens to be a member and a moderator here. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And I'm just going to show you an extra channel here. Caden Plays It is the channel belonging to the son of Makeup Mom and Son, and of course Mom is helping with the channel, but we see that this creator's already gotten into video shorts and live streams, a lot of product reviews here, a little bit of video gameplay, and then some shorts on the channel that bring pure variety as well. So hopefully everybody will encourage this young creator by pushing them a little bit farther towards their first 100, and hopefully we'll see some more new content from this creator, Caden Plays It, very soon. Let's get the next channel ready to go. P&J's Homestead Adventure is here with us every day and out supporting other creators all the time. I run into them constantly. And thank you, Regional Sky Girl. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Pretty Witty and Risky is in the house. Good to see you here. And when we look at P&J's Homestead Adventure, we see another homesteading channel. They just came in with us a couple of months ago, but they have already been here just about every single stream since finding us, for which I'm grateful, of course. 405 subscribers now, so they have to be excited about those new restrictions, allowing people into the first level of the YouTube Partner Program with 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time. And then... yes, absolutely. So, Computer Chick Productions, I agree 100%. We don't, well, so here's the thing. You just have to make sure you're very clear and intentional if you're going to use your name, your real name, as a channel name. Because it's possible to, how do I say, it's easy to slip and give personal information while you're not necessarily recording so much as live streaming, let's say, but you can. And of course, there is a lot of different reasons why people become trolls, if we want to call it that, and engage in that kind of activity. So sometimes it gets extreme. So actually, forgive me, I'm going to hijack the conversation then, and say, like, so first of all, for everybody, please put, like, a limited amount of personal information, real information on the internet. If you're going to have people sending you mail, you want to get a mailbox, you want to be very careful and intentional, because sometimes, even, like, the most experienced trolls can play the long game. They'll be your friend for a while and then turn on you when it's appropriate. What I can say about that, if you don't have a hater by the time you have 1,000 subscribers, it's coming soon, and it's almost guaranteed by the time you have 2,000. The worst of the worst that I've seen always dissipates after about 2 years. There are those that come back, but after you've been through it a little bit, it will become easier. It's one of those things, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger kind of an idea. So somebody like me, I've been through enough of it now that I can mostly laugh it off. It gets to everybody, of course. The other thing we have to remember is on YouTube, there is no barrier to entry. So you think about a child entering the school system. It doesn't matter what country you're in, right? But when a child is about to go into the school system, if they cannot mentally handle or adapt to the lessons that are going to be taught in their curriculum. They are processed in a different way, usually in different classes or in different institutions and things like that. If you apply for a job and you cannot mentally handle or adapt to the needs of that job or the company it's for, you are processed in a different way, and in a lot of cases you can't do that job. But online, and it's not just YouTube, it goes for every social platform, there is no barrier to entry. Everybody can participate, and unfortunately it seems everybody can act however they want, while all of the platforms, YouTube included, will tell us that they do all that they can to help with that stuff. We've all seen a little bit of it, or we will soon, and we know that more of it gets through than should, if that makes sense. So I don't want to be too negative about it. The idea was just more to be positive and let everybody know, if you experience trolling, my advice is always ignore it and do not engage. Sometimes it can be pretty severe, but the worst of the worst goes away after a couple of weeks, even if once in a while it resurfaces. But I know it can be very tough too. I promise you, it can be very, very difficult to let that go. But if we can. And then the other thing, like I said, is just be careful about personal information. So thank you for that. Computer Chick Productions. Butler Family Farm, good to see you in the house. Mitchy Boo is here. That's Mitchell and Dahl with a second channel as well. I hope I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And yes, the other thing too is, after you've been on YouTube a little while, you're going to start to see some of the same things occur again and again. So if you see trolling in somebody else's channel, my advice is just to be quiet, just to go quiet. You don't necessarily have to like leave or anything like that. You want to support your friends, but we don't want that kind of thing to spread, and trolls will always go where they get the attention. The other thing too is, when you watch the chat and you see the way that people talk about trolling, whether they've been trolled, whether they are trolling, or any of that stuff, you will see similar things. So my advice is always to watch the chat, wherever you are. Pay attention as much as possible to what people are saying. Even if you're not conversing with them, you will see the same things over and over and over. The names change, the people change, the channels change, but the behavior. There are a certain number of types of trolls, not that I have a number in mind, you know what I mean? And you will see the same behavior again and again and again, I promise you. And once you can recognize it, you'll know what to avoid, in my opinion. So, forgive the long speech. That's just a bunch of ideas. Thank you so much. Yeah, yes. Thank you, our Georgia Suburban Homestead. That was actually our featured channel for today. I meant to feature them the other day, but we lost our stream due to the internet connection. So we just put that onto the... we just wanted to do a do-over today, so we talked about our Georgia Suburban Homestead when we started today's stream. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Forgive me, I know my speeches get long. The Pipe Guy, good to see you in the house. Derpy Playground is here. Izzy's in the house. Yes, Fairbrick Studios on the wheel. Scratch and Pete PA's there. I'll add some more names shortly. Peter Dell from Australia is here as well. And The Pipe Guy, forgive me, please, remind me which your first channel is. Because I keep thinking that is an individual channel. Becoming Vermont is still here. Thank you for that. And then... Caden Plays It. That's the second channel from Makeup Mom and Son. Thank you for being here. Let me just... I didn't realize I hadn't modded up that channel. Let me do that right now if I can click properly. Forgive me while I huff and puff and whine and complain when I click and things don't want to do what I want them to do in the background. We'll get back to channels in another second here. I just want to take care of something quickly. Butler Family Farms, been an official member for almost a year, so thank you for that. I know Izzy gifted a membership as well, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that kind of thing many times before. For that reason, actually, Izzy, I'm going to put you on the wheel right away. We always put membership gifters on the wheel right away, same as super chatters. And I'll get some more names onto the wheel when we need them. Oh, is that... okay, pardon me. The Pipe Guy, is that home bartending with John? Or am I mistaken? Are you saying hello to home bartending with John? Pardon me while I'm trying desperately to catch up with the chat here. I meant to do something specific. There we go. Caden Plays It. That's Makeup Mom and Son with that channel. I'm assuming Makeup Mom and Son's always behind it, and then that way that's modded as well. Casino Slot Couple, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I think that might be a brand new channel in the chat, and forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. And there you go. Yes, it is. The Pipe Guy is home bartending with John. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't remember that from before, but thank you for that. Okay, so The Pipe Guy. I'm going to try to remember that when I put up your channel, which we see almost every day as well. We see home bartending with John in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, because they also happen to be a silver member here. Jan Hines, hopefully I said hello as well. So let's get back to channels. We're looking at P&J's Homestead Adventure. There's a channel I'm still getting to know. I've watched a few things from these creators. I'm just going to grab a cooking recipe now. Easy, quick. I have to watch your video to see how exactly to pronounce that. But I've saw this one as well, the carving a watermelon into a fish. That's a nice party trick as well. Rambling with the Brooms, thank you for that super chat, by the way. I'll put you on the wheel immediately. We always do that when super chats happen. I'll get some more names on the wheel as we need them. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is here. Rambling with the Brooms has been an official member long over 2 years now. Thank you for that. Just Jason Keto and more is in the house. Peter Dell, thank you for the share. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. So well, let's look at the shorts for P&J's Homestead Adventure. I talked a lot about homesteading channels when we started the stream today. We see that these creators, or this creator, has gotten into 1,800, 1,900 views. One of them over 2,500, which is great to see. And a lot of our homesteading friends are going to help us with preparedness and self-sufficiency and other ideas when it comes to... you know, when I say self-sufficiency, we're talking about growing our own food or cooking and preserving our own food. Often saving money comes along with that. And then as well, when we talk about preparedness, we talk about it doesn't have to be for the, you know, zombie apocalypse. It could also have to do with things like sometimes the power goes out for 3 days. We've seen that a couple of times. And especially in the middle of winter, we want to make sure we're prepared. Some of our homesteading friends have some great tricks for not spending a lot of money or almost any, to be honest with you, and being able to make sure you have heat if you don't have power, and in a safe way. And of course, preservation, the idea of making sure we have a lot of food available, if that kind of thing, if we had to be indoors for days on end. Computer Chick Productions just picked up a gifted membership from Caden Plays It, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. That's Makeup Mom and Son again with her son's channel, Caden Plays It. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And Home Bartending with John is up on the screen right now. So we just talked about this channel a moment ago. This creator actually has 2 channels, so we'll look at The Pipe Guy in a second as well. 433 subscribers here. Home Bartending with John is somewhat of a one-of-a-kind channel here in the Tuber Chat family. They teach us how to make a lot of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. You don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what John's got here, but he does show us what it takes to keep a bar like that replenished, and a lot of the tools we're going to need behind the bar to make some of our favorite cocktails as well. He usually brings us different variations and takes requests on the channel as well. So if you send a request over there, he might show you 2 or 3 different variations based on traditional recipes or things based on pop culture like music, movies, and television shows. So when we look at his channel, we also see a lot of product reviews, and I saw the last couple. This one here, when I look at something like this is the kind of beer that I would like almost run away from myself. And this looks a little more my style, and when I watched the latest one, this one looked a little bit closer as well. I joke with people all the time, I don't drink a lot, but socially, if I have like a beer or something like that, it's always Corona or something to that effect. I like beer that tastes like water with a little bit of beer. And some of the more hoppy stuff that Home Bartending with John is trying on his channel is way out of my league, but it's great to have somebody that's going to give us an idea before we buy something, regardless of what we like, so that we get an idea as to whether we might like something. Wine is a good idea for that as well. Now, Home Bartending with John is also going to compare a lot of different liquors and liqueurs together, and he brings a series of videos where he might bring several non-alcoholic mocktails or low-calorie cocktails, and these can obviously appeal to a lot of different audiences, of course. So yeah, Dracula beer, the Dracula weed, this one actually looked not too bad. Anything yellow is something that I'd like look towards, but anything darker is, I get scared. No, I don't like it. I seem to be sensitive to everything, and for most things in life, I like a nice rich taste, but when it comes to drinks, no, something that tastes almost like nothing is more my style. When we look at The Pipe Guy, I didn't realize, and forgive me for not catching that, this is the second channel from Home Bartending with John, obviously a over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We've been connected to this channel for a long time. I just kept forgetting that. Now with 24 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push his second channel towards the first 100. We know that the road to the first 100 is more challenging than ever before in a roundabout sort of way. So as long as we're doing as much as we can for each other, we see channels growing, hitting different milestones like the first 100 and far beyond all the time. So what we're going to do right now is go for another 3.5 minutes. We will come back with Wayne's World Unlimited. I'll try to cut down on story time when we get back. We'll get through more channels, but we still got 2 hours to go. So again, if anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social networks, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signal sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And yeah, so Guinness, I've had traditional Guinness, you know, and I can get through that, but it's not something I'm probably likely to ever order on my own. Heineken, apparently, Home Bartending with John can clarify, but I believe Heineken is the most popular beer in the world. Corona is my go-to. Even if I go someplace and they don't have Corona and they have an alternative, I start whining and complaining. But anything that is light. But I really don't drink a lot. When I used to work in nightclubs and bars and things, everything was on the house, so I got to try a lot of different things. But now I'm, you know, barely 1 or 2 drinks a week. So we're back in 3.5 minutes with Wayne's World Unlimited. All right, we're back and looking at Wayne's World Unlimited. So, let's see, let me catch up with the chat a little bit here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming in. But Wayne's World Unlimited. Oh my dear goodness, dropped a super chat a little while ago, and we always put super chatters onto the screen right away. And to Poland Spring, yes, tend the sheep where you are. Poland Spring is my favorite water. It's the one water that I've had, obviously, during my time in the United States, that seems to have literally no taste. So in my opinion, when you drink Aquafina or when you drink Dasani or almost anything else, you find some kind of a taste to the water, which I don't think should be the case. We've got a couple here that are good. Costco's Kirkland brand here in Canada seems to be pretty crisp and clear, and Evian I think is fairly clear, but tends to be expensive in my opinion. When I drink bottled water, I just grab whatever's the cheapest at the grocery store. They're probably all made by our Nestle Canadian company anyway. Mod6510 Models is in the house. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. Thank you for that super chat. Mod6510 Models, thank you again. I am almost, I hate to keep saying it, and Moz is going to roll his eyes, I'm sure. But Moz, a long time ago, offered the idea of sharing some knowledge on his YouTube journey, now with about 20,000 subscribers, if I remember right, and forgive me because I could be mistaken again. I'm going to look in the background here. We're going to put Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, and Mod6510 Models onto the wheel right away because they just dropped super chats. We do that every time a super chat is dropped, even though they are unnecessary and very much appreciated. And yes, almost 21,000 subscribers. And Mod6510 Models has been a friend a long time, again from the UK, so especially thank you for coming in so late. And they've, you know, dropped us super chats and things like that countless times before, but we do hope to get together for a conversation where they can share their opinions and their journey, because Mod6510 Models, especially during the early days of Tuber Chat, was extremely helpful when it comes to the idea of the experiments we all used to do together with playlists and watch hours and subscriptions, and knowing that YouTube is playing around with our numbers all the time. And yes, thank you so much. So Mod6510 Models offered a long time ago, and I expect to get my act together within the next several weeks, but we'll try to get it done before I have to head out to busy work season again this year. Wayne's World Unlimited, also from the UK, is up on the screen for the same reason. He dropped a super chat. This creator brings us a unique aspect to his channel, because what he does is bring outtakes, but usually in a separate video to follow a lot of his long form content. I thought I watched this video. I might have watched it with the wrong account. I'm going to put this video into my catch-up list here. He had a spiritual reading from Angel Light Over Darkness 33, who's been a friend since before Tuber Chat even existed, if I remember right, 3.5 years. So I'll keep that video on my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Wayne's World Unlimited is usually taking us outdoors for an adventure and a story to be told. This creator as well brings us shorts videos and has had some great success getting into 7,000, even 13,000 views on a couple of these. One breakout shorts for Wayne's World Unlimited is at 243,000 views, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Wayne's World Unlimited. We'd love to push them towards the 700 subscribers they're thinking about. I'll spin the wheel. Thank you, Native Wildman. Hopefully we'll see you again shortly. And Mod6510 Models, also from the UK, is going to come up right away. So, again, they dropped a super chat. Thank you again, Wayne's World Unlimited. Thank you, Mod6510 Models. Like I said, these creators have both done that countless times. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'll try to move a little bit faster through channels as the stream goes on. We'll get to as many as we can in the next 2 hours or so. Now, Mod6510 Models is specifically talking about scale modeling. The idea, of course, behind the channel is helping you become a better scale modeler. He does product reviews while he shows us the tools and other types of elements he uses for scale modeling. It's been a long while since I've done any of this, but I had done a few scale models when I was much younger. My grandparents used to take us to the store and let me and my cousins get a couple of these things to put together planes and trains and trucks and cars and all kinds of stuff. But it is a vibrant community of scale modelers, and what you'll find for Mod 6510 models, I'll show you the live stream page in a moment. I've caught him working on these models and having conversations with other creators as well. When you can catch him for a premiere or live stream, you'll find a vibrant community, lots of conversation, and then tips and tricks as well. He'll show you the tools he uses. They talk about the different brands, whether it's of the models themselves, the companies, or the tools that they're using, the paints, the adhesives, and things like that. Here he is. There you see the workbench in a lot of these shorts here. But look at the counts on some of these: 20,000, 40,000, 87,000 on one of them, which is great to see. And then live streams are frequent on the channel. So he was live yesterday, quite a grid there with a lot of StreamYard panelists. And like I said, vibrant conversation always follows along. And then they're a vibrant community when it comes to the scale modeling group of channels, influencers, and supporters. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mod 6510 models. Like I said, this is a creator from the UK. I believe he came to us with under 3,000 subscribers, and it's hard to remember now, so forgive me for that, but it was 3.5 years ago. He's been a friend that long, and is very knowledgeable in all things YouTube, takes very seriously his YouTube journey, and like I said, is a generous creator in wanting to share knowledge with others based on his YouTube journey and experiments as well. Ron's Keto Cafe, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. So thank you again, Mod 6510 models. We will get together at some point. I'd love to say sooner than later, and I really will appreciate your patience after all this time. Scratch Master, good to see you in the house. Fairbrick Studios coming up. This is a creator that came into the Tuber Chat family a few months ago and is just everywhere, supporting everyone all the time. Seems every time I'm out supporting other creators, I run into them. And yeah, thank you so much, Mod 6510 models. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, was it 1,000? Yeah, I forget for the life of me. Forgive me for that. Yes, I always am mistaken because the other thing too is when Moz comes in, I'm always mistaken about how many subscribers he has because he's climbed so solidly, strongly, and quickly. When you think about it, over only 3 years, he's now almost at 21,000. Derpy Playground, thank you again for another super chat. They've done that countless times before. I'm going to put them on the wheel because of that. We'll get back to spinning in another moment here. And Angelic Warrior 37, aka Mrs. M, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Fairbrick Studio has over 3,400 subscribers, so this creator is growing rapidly. This creator now has got videos that are coming out, and some of these are channel shout-outs. So similar to what we've been doing here in Tuber Chat, you see the wheel. There's our friend AceFlaw1, who's in the chat right now as well. And you see how full that wheel gets as well. They've given shout-outs to us here, and lots of familiar faces. But this channel started with Lego stop-motion videos and a lot of video gameplay, including this Lego Tower game, which I also have been playing since meeting Fairbrick Studio, and they've sent over a lot of help, for which I'm grateful, even though I've been off it for the last little while. Now, in the shorts on this channel, these bring more variety. They've gotten into 10,000 and 15,000 views, and then live streams are an idea possibly for the near future as well. Brown Girl Bella, my dear friend, has been with us since before Tuber Chat was even a thought. She is one of the very first creators that I met in the small YouTuber community 4 years ago. Before I started Tuber Chat, I'd already been on YouTube for a couple of years with a personal channel and running channels for a few other people. But this creator, Brown Girl Bella, is knowledgeable in all things YouTube, and like I described from Mod 6510 models earlier, Brown Girl Bella would like to help others grow and shares her knowledge with everyone while keeping a vibrant community of loyal and dedicated supporters. She really does a great job when it comes to the idea of branding. She's worth having a look at just for that reason alone. The Stock Explorer, thank you for a super chat. Really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course. But we'll put the Stock Explorer onto the wheel right away, and then we'll get some more names on the wheel as we need them. Butler Family Farm, more stories, yes, as says the Stock Explorer. At some point, I hope to get into some kind of a situation where I can talk more. I haven't done anything on my personal channel in that way for a long time. Maybe I should do that once in a while. I had this idea that I was going to start doing, and forgive me, so yes, story time now. I thought on my personal channel I was going to get into doing streams. So what I was doing in the summer several months ago was some trivia live streams on Monday nights. And I know there was a loyal audience building up that enjoyed it. We had 10 or 20 people that were showing up all the time playing along. It's one of those games that plugs into the chat, so you can participate that way. And I was hoping to start having co-hosts come on with me to keep the conversation going while we were doing the trivia, and that didn't kind of work out the way that I thought, but it was just an experiment more than anything else. But I wonder sometimes about doing panels. It's much more suited on my personal channel, but maybe we'll think about that just so that we can get into more story time and get to know some of the creators a little bit more, right? We all have stories, and it's wonderful when we get a chance to get to know each other. So we'll keep that in mind as an idea. Butler Family Farm, thanks for the super chat. They've done that countless times. I put them on the wheel right away. So Fairbrick Studio, again, is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And even behind the scenes, I see the friendships that are building with this creator. So hopefully everybody will connect with them, and we'll push them towards their next milestone as well. So spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go right now. Part of my distraction while my phone's going to die here. I got it plugged in, but I think I got another charger that's shot here. You know, I think I've spent more money on chargers than I ever spent on smartphones. And usually I have better luck than I'm having today. I'll have to address that in a second. Maybe we'll go for a break a few minutes earlier than we're supposed to. Kermidjan, Alaska is coming up right now. Let's see what they've got going on. They got a completely off-grid homestead and Airbnb, as a matter of fact, which is interesting. We don't have a lot of channels from Alaska that I know of. There might be just a handful, but Kermidjan, Alaska is a channel that has come into the Tuber Chat family just a few months ago and is here for almost every single stream. They've got their schedule, they're posting consistently, but they're also out supporting others. I run into them regularly, and they engage conversation everywhere as well. So Kermidge in Alaska is working on 1,100 subscribers right now. I'm just going to grab another video from this creator. They just put this out a few days ago. One of the latest ones I watched was interesting. Might have been, I'm not sure if it was a live stream replay that I watched. These guys literally, like, to get supplies, if I understand right, they had to take snowmobiles out to where the train track is, which is a distance, and the train, there's no station or anything, it just stops at this one place. They take their supplies and then they take back off, and it reminds me of some of the TV shows. My dad's been watching a lot of television shows like the I forget for the life of me what they were called. There's one called Maine Cabin Master. Some of you will notice that from Maine, obviously closer to New England, but there's Alaskan shows as well where they're like Alaska off-grid and things like that, and they're showing a lot of these really remote areas. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful area. Some of it in Alaska you have to you can only access by plane or boat and things like that, which is interesting. So Kermidjan, Alaska as well. I'm looking forward to the latest video that they've got going on here. shorts on the channel, 2,300, 2,600, which is great to see. And when we look at live streams, like I said, they're very consistent. So they got their Monday night series, and sometimes they go on a little bit more often, but they've got these weather streams that are on often as well. You will see some familiar faces from the Tuber Chat family because they've been so supportive. We got lots of friends in their community now, but as well, you'll be introduced to more creators while you're there, and you can see some of these go on for several hours. So hopefully everybody will connect with Kermidja in Alaska. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. And Butler Family Farm is going to come up. So it's interesting the different types of homesteading, farming, ranching, and gardening channels that we have in the Tuber Chat family. We started today by talking about our Georgia Suburban Homestead, which talks about growing our own food in a residential neighborhood. And we've got other creators here in the Tuber Chat family that also want to talk to us about homesteading activities, even in small spaces. Butler Family Farm has a different aspect to homesteading and farming and gardening and things like that, and all of the things that come along with what I consider a homesteading type of channel, although this is a 116-acre farm. So let's have a look at their About page for a quick second here. Now, they're going to have bees, which they had last year, coming back in about March, so about 2-3 months from now. But they've also got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, along with chickens. And then they got a few pets, some cats and dogs. They often take us out on adventures. Jerry's been working in the shop a lot. This is a different type of video. So they're doing a cooking video here, cheesy Italian meatball bites will be interesting. They also make an effort, these creators, to get out and meet other creators in person, literally driving sometimes hundreds of miles at a time. There's Jerry working in the shop with some of these videos, and then Susan as well will be between these creators. They'll be either outdoors or indoors. We get as much in the kitchen as we'd expect from any farming or homesteading channel as well. When we get into shorts on the channel, we see that these have now gotten into 5,000 and 6,000 views. One which I think is still going is at 24,000. I forget the count on that the last time we were here. It's been almost a week because we had to miss a stream there. And then Butler Family Farm is live frequently. I've been missing you for the last couple of times. They were live yesterday, so I missed that. I should know they're on regularly, yes, Monday nights as well as Kermidja in Alaska. There's Jerry and Susan. Now, these creators as well are incredibly supportive, but they also want to introduce us to other creators. If we dig through their live streams, we're going to find a lot of StreamYard panels with other creators featured, but they also head out to a lot of these bigger meetups as well to connect with other creators. So here's an example of some of the familiar faces we see in a StreamYard panel, and then as well some of these meetups like the Ozark meetups and the Mid-America meetup from earlier at the beginning of last summer. Guess we're getting on close to a year now, right? But these creators met up with, just in one meetup, 80 channels worth of creators and supporters, which was great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. I'm looking forward to this next video. I'm actually cooking a lot more lately. You know, I've always been able to cook, but everything I make is pretty plain and bland and things like that. So I'm relying on some of our friends. I might be inspired to get one of these Dash waffle makers as well. Jason from Just Jason Keto and More has been making a lot of chaffles, and I figured I'd probably get into that at some point, but I think about it more and more every day. I tend to snack constantly. Those of you who've seen me in other channels or other videos know that I struggle with weight right now, so I got to start making some healthier choices. I do from time to time, but some of our friends are going to help with cooking as well, so that we can get some of these healthy alternatives, whether it's for meals or snacks. And then when we look at Simply Vigo, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Forgive me for being mistaken. If it's Simply Vigo, I'm assuming that that's the correct way to pronounce it, and then just please let me know if I'm mistaken. I always want to promote channels the way they want to be promoted. And then Feathered Friends Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, and then Pretty Witty and Risky brings up, you're making me laugh, but they say, like, you know, it freaks them out just thinking about going live. Lots of creators here in the Tuber Chat family have not gone live ever yet. But what a lot of creators, it's not my idea. We heard it from people here in the Tuber Chat family over the last year and many months. An idea is to hop in on other people's StreamYard panels so that you can get a feel for what it's like. One of the biggest things I hear from creators when the idea of live streaming comes up is, what am I going to talk about? Right? Because even though I promise you, we all, no matter like what our age is, we have a lifetime of stories to tell. There are a million things, from what you did 5 minutes ago to what you did, you know, at any point in your life or any other day this week. And getting on with other people can be a great start to live streaming until you find the confidence, and I almost guarantee you will just by doing that. But the other thing that we find is that when you go live, the chat will help you. So here's another story time for everybody. A long time ago, I worked for Primerica, and please don't roll your eyes, but I did for about a year, and I made no money. And I do think it's a great organization. I just didn't happen to do well while I was there. But I was there for a little while, and we would train. It was sales training. For those of you who don't know, it's a life insurance company. So I was life licensed, and we would train constantly. I had a little bit of experience in radio work before that, so I've always been able to speak publicly. I actually did not too bad when I was in school and everything else. But when it came time to work for this one company, we would train for 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. And then on Saturdays, I would train people for 4 hours. But what that involved, for anybody that hasn't been to a Primerica meeting or any other multi-level marketing company, it can often involve presentations, right? So you're up on stage or in front of a group of people and you have to speak. And then the idea behind that is, the last thing that they told me before I was about to do my first presentation is, it's impossible to do a bad job. Because when people come to see you speak, whether they mean to come to you specifically or anybody at all, they actually want you to do well. They're not there hoping you're going to make a mistake and ready to pounce on you. It's the opposite. They want to be entertained. For anybody that's been to a comedy club, you might find that the crowd wants the comedian to do well. You know, you're not hoping for a bad show. You're hoping to be entertained. And while it's not the same thing, when you go live, your chat will help you. They will come up with things. They will ask you questions. You know, for argument's sake, I could be holding a pen. Somebody at some point is going to say, what kind of pen are you holding? You know what I mean? Is that red, or is it orange, or is it purple? Like, what color is that? What's the thing you got in the background there? Is that the CN Tower? Are you in Toronto? And all of a sudden, you got a million things to start talking about. So these are just ideas. Forgive me, I'm missing a lot in the chat while I'm talking endlessly here, like I always do. But I just want to hopefully pass on a little bit of encouragement. I promise you, the chat is going to help you. Another thing that can be helpful, I think it's Trish the Natural. Forgive me, I know I'm mistaken. It's not Trish the Natural. We had another channel, I got to remember who it was, that just started going live. And what they did was just bring on another creator with them, just in case. And even though it's not necessary, it can absolutely be helpful. And I'm sure just about everybody in the chat will agree, it's easier than you think it is when you haven't done it yet. And I promise you, it gets easier. The first time is always the hardest, and it's not difficult at all. The other thing too, if you're going to go live and you never have before, if you want, reach out to me on Instagram and I will do all I can to make sure that I'm there. And then we can help share it out and stuff like that to make sure you got an audience. And then, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Everything Catfishing, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Yes, live chat is awesome, especially when everybody's engaging. But I promise you, I've been on YouTube for 6.5 years now. I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. I certainly don't want anybody to think that I, want to talk like an expert or I know everything and things like that. I certainly do not. I know what it's like to stream and have one person there. I know what it's like to be the only person in a stream many times before. I know what it's like to stream and have 2 people there. I know what it's like to have 10 streams go down in a row. I know what it's like to have these, everything in the world go wrong over and over and over again. But I promise you, you see from the chat that we've got going on here, people still want to give you another chance. They want you to do well. Nobody wants to waste their time, so they want whoever is presenting at the time to do well. That's not in every case, but you know what I mean. 99%, let's just say. And then there you go. So Just Jason Keto and More says that they happen to be shy. I wouldn't have guessed it, as most people probably will say now, because Just Jason Keto and More seems so comfortable, on camera. Of course, it's been a long time now. Wolves Den Outdoors, good to see you here. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, good to see you in the house as well. But this is just an idea, because here in the Tuber Chat family, because these are live streams, most of us live stream or enjoy watching live streams, right? Not everybody does, but this is just ideas. So I think it's almost like a rite of passage for 99% of creators or close to it here in the Tuber Chat family to eventually stream, either by yourself or with other people. So Derpy Playground is up on the screen right now. They've been doing some interesting things lately. A lot of channel shout-outs here, and thank you for the shout-out in this one as well. They let me know that it was going to happen here. I think it happened in the last one too. You see all the names of the channels there, so they're just shouting out a lot of supporters. Those duck races are something that's been popular for many years, similar to what we do with the wheel, but a lot more fun and entertaining. People use them for contests and giveaways and just engagement, right? Derpy Playground brings pure variety, but the theme of the channel is meant to bring gaming simulations, building and sinking of cardboard ships like the Titanic. This is a creator that's now in junior high, and we'd love to encourage this creator by pushing them a little bit farther. They're very engaging here in the Tuber Chat family. I know they're out supporting others, and they've already collaborated with others as well. Some of their shorts have done really well. 4,000, 8,000, one of them at 44,000. More variety there. And then when we get into live streams, they've done a couple of these. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I haven't yet, but I've always got the notification bell on, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and catching each other as often as we can. Charlene Heel is in the house. Good to see you here. And pardon me, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And there you go. Yeah, lost for words during the process, but I promise you, Simply Vigo, it is absolutely never the case. There's always something to say. And like I said, the chat will encourage it. Marketplace Boutique, good to see you here. Forgive me for missing you earlier. And then, like I said, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Izzy's coming up next. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes. If anybody has the ability to share the stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther. Well, today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead, as a replay because of the engagement signal sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up, I hope you will. We've been doing very well lately, and I really do appreciate that. Izzy is coming up next. All right, we're back. Thank you for coming, Vermont. We're looking at Izzy Pops, and I just was inspired a thought here by the Bud Files. They've been friends a long, long time. The Bud Files are very well known as generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. It's a family of creators. They're always together. And I love the family togetherness on that channel. They are here with us frequently and out supporting everybody all the time. I run into them constantly. Smallholder Homestead, good to see you in the house. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts, good to have you here. Precious Gems, good to see you in the house as well. Thanks for coming in. So when we talk about the idea that was just inspired by the idea of the Bud Files, the reason why I say that is because I remember one specific stream from them, and it's just a few months ago. They were, the family's always together, but they were just playing like a bowling game in the house. They had like little pins set up, and they were literally rolling a ball through the like living room floor and whatever. And I think it's the funniest thing because I can't imagine being able to do that. You know, it brings me to my childhood and thinking about rolling a ball through the house and what that might have caused with my parents in particular. So I was laughing about that with them for a couple of weeks while we're rolling over it in their channel when it would come up on the screen. But the idea is we have a lot of crocheting friends, cooking friends, crafting friends, Mod 6510 Model doing scale modeling, Fairbrick Studio doing Lego stop motions. Pardon me. We've got lots of friends that do a lot of things while they live stream. So sometimes you see live streams, and it's very common to see a live stream where a creator, it's called a talking head video, where they're just talking to you, and that's all there is. You're interacting with that creator, and that's fine. It can be informative, it can be entertaining, and there's lots of different ways to do that in themes. Sometimes you see StreamYard panels and things like that. Pardon me, but sometimes you find things where people are working while they're talking or taking you outdoors. I've done a lot of outdoor live streaming as well. In the Bud Files case, that particular live stream was them playing a game, and they've done that kind of thing many times. So a lot of times you'll find a live stream where somebody's engaging in an activity, and then they just go back to check the chat every few minutes. Anthony J was here earlier. He goes fishing. We've got a lot of fishing friends that do that. So they stream. We watch them while they're fishing, and then they'll just come and look at the chat every few minutes and catch up with whatever they might be missing. In most cases, your live chat that goes along with the stream is going to last about 15 minutes. So as long as you're back every 10 to 12 minutes to see what's going on in the chat, you're engaging enough to likely keep it going, right? And people in the chat will talk amongst each other, and when you come back, somebody will have something that will spark a conversation. You know, even thinking about the idea of the Bud Files doing that live stream. Somebody like me would be watching it, they're bowling, I would say, oh, I've been bowling, and then all of a sudden the stories come out, and this is how these kind of things unfold, if that makes sense. So Gail Southern Living, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Izzy is up on the screen right now. There's somebody who's live streaming quite a bit, as a matter of fact. When we look at their live stream page, it's already been, how long has it been since I caught you live? Can't be a month already. Look at how many streams they've done in a month. Yeah, they're on every couple of days here, every few days. So I've got the notification bell on. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these again shortly. They also post videos frequently as well. It's Pure Variety here, but I'm going to take their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. Lots of animations here, lots of interesting music. And a little more variety when we get into deeper into their content. But we get into shorts. Here's where we see Pure Variety, and this gets into 1,600 views and beyond. One of them over 12,000, which is great. And then when we get into live streams, like I said, they're frequent on the channel. And hopefully everybody will put that notification bell on for every single channel. We always do. And they're, of course, monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. And then I will get some more names onto our wheel as we need them. So we still have yet to look at the Stock Explorer, Brown Girl Bella. who both dropped super chats. Thank you again, Derpy Playground and Butler Family Farm. We recently saw them. Rambling with the Brooms is still up there. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead. I'm not sure if I thanked them for their super chat, by the way, earlier. Comidgeon, Alaska as well. And like I said, I'll get some more names onto the wheel in a moment here. So the Stock Explorer's coming up, and you saw this channel come in today as Tropical Buzz as well, which is a second channel they've got, and I'll show you both. The Stock Explorer was live earlier today. It's earnings day. A lot of big companies had their earnings come out today. I caught the beginning of the stream. I was only able to watch for about 10 minutes. I was still doing some work. Hold on just for a quick second, if you don't mind, everyone. Thank you. The Stock Explorer is going to talk to us about the stock market and crypto market in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. And they're very forthcoming about their own portfolio and their own stock plays, using things like Robinhood, for instance. We still don't have that in Canada. Now, the Stock Explorer will bring shorts, videos, and live streams. They bring us everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like options trading, NFTs, dollar cost averaging, and dividends. This creator's approaching 2,000 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. Now, Stock Explorer has been a friend a long time. It's well beyond, I believe, 3 years now. I think it's closer to 3.5 years. The Stock Explorer as well will often have product in hand, and then they bring a little bit of variety. So they've really started expanding the variety on the channel in the last year. But the shorts are a perfect example. So they got pure variety like we see from a lot of creators, regardless of the category or niche of the channel. They bring variety into their shorts. This is Nora, the Stock Explorer here, and she has shorts that have gotten now into 2,600, 3,700, and one of them, which is still moving at 8,700 every time we put their channel on the screen here, which is basically every stream. They're up to another milestone. So 8.7 thousand here right now. And still going. Now, live streams are frequent. So like I said, they were live earlier today. They were talking stocks because it's earnings day. They often do, they've had some chats lately, but they often do scratch battles with other creators with lottery ticket scratching. And you'll find a lot of unboxings and Happy Mail videos and product reviews and things from this creator in amongst the live streams as well. Sometimes there are charts and graphs for us to see when they're talking stocks or crypto. Sometimes it's friendly conversation. They do StreamYard panels frequently, and I've joined them on their channel. Actually, we had a 2-hour conversation about YouTube many months ago, and hopefully everybody will go search that out as well. Hopefully most of what we talked about is still relevant, but that's a pure 2-hour story time on the Stock Explorers channel. Now, they got another one. When we look at the bottom of their front page, they feature a lot of channels, and this is something I recommend. Now, I don't recommend that anybody start a second channel. You have to be really considerate about the idea before you're going to do that. And I got more opinions about that, but I'll save those for today. But if you are or have already started another channel, then an idea is to feature it on your front page where other people can find it easily, because you may find that a lot of people will be inclined to follow you on more than one channel when they learn you have more than one. This actually inspires another thought. So forgive me, I was thinking about something today. I know a few people have gone through some trolling and things. It's typical in the winter while YouTube is very, very busy, or our winter. I'm in Canada, of course. During these months, YouTube tends to be very busy, and it will likely trail off a little bit as we get into the late spring and summer in a few months. But while your channel grows, you may not notice a dip. It's just that next October, you're going to notice things start to ramp up again. But one of the thoughts that I was going to talk about is the idea, we talked earlier about trolling and things like that, but there's another side to the coin when we're here on YouTube. By the time you have 1,000 subscribers, this goes for everybody, you are probably somebody's favorite YouTuber of all. regardless of what you do. And the reason why I say that is because not only have I run a good more than handful of channels, which I continue to run today, not all of which are mine, of course. I started with other channels as well, but what we've learned through the Tuber Chat family, I'm lucky as the host of Tuber Chat to get a lot of messages from people of different types. It's not all good, it's not all bad, it's somewhere in between. People send me lots of different things that they notice. It's not always questions. Sometimes they just want to inform me about things that they've noticed. I've been corrected many times as well. But one of the things that I'd love for everybody to take as positivity here, it's absolutely true, is that somewhere around 1,000 subscribers on your channel, or in many cases much earlier, you are somebody's favorite YouTuber. And if they were asked, if we could take every person on the planet that's on YouTube, there's 2 billion on YouTube that I know of, right? And said, who is your favorite YouTuber? Eventually we're going to get every single channel named, right? Every channel that's serious anyway. And hopefully you take some positivity from that, because I believe it's absolutely true. Hopefully I haven't missed anything in the chat. If anybody's mentioned anything that you meant for me to see, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. Casino Slot Couple, thank you again for the thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm going to put your channel on the wheel right away because of that. I know I've said a couple of times I'm going to try to speed things up and get through channels a little bit faster. We'll get through as many in the next hour and 15 minutes or so as we can. We'll talk about Tropical Buzz for a quick second here. And after Tuber Chat, in an hour and 15 minutes, we'll go over to our copyright-free music channel. And over there, we'll run a stream for an hour. We've got a virtual nightclub going on. There's a video game everybody can participate in the chat with. You can continue to connect with people like we do here. And we do link drops over there as well. So Tropical Buzz is working on 300 subscribers right now. They're almost at 250. This is the second channel from Nora the Stock Explorer. And this creator wants to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves, and they happen to be in Florida. They bring us videos and shorts for this purpose that have already gotten into well over 600 and almost 700 views. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer and Tropical Buzz. Obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They happen to be here as a member and a moderator, and so is Rambling with the Brooms, another dear friend who happens to be a fellow Canadian closer to our nation's capital. He's a couple hours away from me. Rambling with the Brooms comes to us from the homesteading community of channels. He's another advocate for helping others grow, introducing people to each other, and has built a reputation as a moderator on dozens of channels as a minimum. So, Elisa's Adventures in Cruising, good to see you in the house. I'm going to feature your channel in an upcoming episode. I just said it the other day. Forgive me for not remembering which one. I renumbered all the streams, but they're all posted in advance. Rambling with the Brooms is working on 2,700 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They just went on a cruise, and forgive me, I haven't seen any of the content yet. They've got quite a bit of stuff. A room tour here, talking about boarding, talking about embarking. Another room tour, which is great to see. So they got quite a bit of content here just in the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to take the latest video for now, and I'll put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to hopefully catch up with them a little bit. Rambling with the Brooms, like I said, happens to be a fellow Canadian and brings us an equal split between indoor and outdoor content. He makes great effort to head out and meet lots of other creators in meetups and other pre-arranged collaborations. He's done a lot of product reviews as well, and I've hung out with him in the Sugar Shack making that world-famous Canadian maple syrup as well. When we get into shorts, we see that Rambling with the Brooms has gotten into 3,000 and even up to 3,400 views. One of them over 7,700, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. I didn't catch this one. I wish that I did. He's on every Thursday and Friday, so I did catch him Thursday, and he's been doing those for as long as I can remember. Now, he's working on a specific collaboration right now called Cruise in Alaska 25. This is something he put together with Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. What they're doing is a cruise that's going to go to Alaska from Seattle in the summer, August specifically, of 2025. Lots of time to book. They're trying to book 100 rooms of creators and supporters, and there's lots of information on this channel. And they just did, this is a lengthy live stream here. They've got videos and live streams where they've talked about this, and Rambling with the Brooms, otherwise, like I said, comes to us from the homesteading community of channels, but participates in a lot of StreamYard panels as well. You'll see Scott on tons and tons and tons of channels. We've seen him a couple times today already in other people's thumbnails. So I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in another moment here. Thank you again, Rambling with the Brooms and the Stock Explorer, for your super chats again. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Of course, we always put super chatters on the wheel right away. Scratch and PPA, of course, is always here for every single stream. He's been here over 600 and... Oh, I could have been mistaken. I said 650 times, but it's close. It's close, for hours at a time. And I hope everybody takes inspiration when I keep talking about that as well. The idea that there's so much generosity out there, regardless of the names that I say and the channels that we see here. It's just out there, right? In the world, in the universe, in our YouTube journeys. If all the generous creators could just meet each other, what a wonderful world it would be. I promise you, there are people waiting to meet you that haven't heard about you yet, that will be supporting you in overwhelming ways into the future. So I hope everybody takes inspiration from that. And then our Darshil Ramani, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I think that's a brand new channel for the Tuber Chat family, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. All of our instructions are in our video description here, so everybody can get as much value out of their time here as possible. And then one of the things that I don't talk about enough lately, but we have had a lot more new channels coming through Tuber Chat lately, is the idea that when we see a new channel in the chat, lots of creators who are very experienced at what we're doing here will not go to a brand new channel right away, with good reason, when they see them in the chat, because they want to take some time, sometimes even days, weeks, or months, to see how they react and how they interact with everybody else in the chat, to make a judgment call for themselves as to whether that creator might be a loyal and dedicated supporter before they will connect with them. So this is an idea more than anything else. Of course, I'd consider it a hint to anybody who's been here many times before. But the best success for new channels coming into the Tuber Chat family comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators, supporting them in all of the things that you wish people would do for you first, knowing that they will turn around and do the same thing for you afterwards. And then... yes. Thank you so much. Darshil Ramani. So I don't put channels on the wheel for a very long time. It takes a very, very, very long time, and we can't get to everybody. So the way that I do that is based on how active everybody is in the chat. So the more that you're connecting with other creators here over a very long period of time, this is how I decide how channels get added to the wheel. I actually have a chatbot in the background that does that for me, if that makes sense. So, Scratch and Pete PA, a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. He's been with us over 3.5 years and over 600 times. Many more, if you can imagine that, for hours at a time. He actually supports everything I do on every channel that I touch, if you can believe that. I have no choice but to look up at the sky, shake my head, and wonder how anybody could be so blessed to have somebody supporting them so much. The other inspiring thought behind that is Scratch and PPA puts out a video every single week. This year, he expanded his content a little bit, but he posts with perfect consistency. So every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, he runs a premiere that usually goes anywhere from about 12 to 19 minutes, depending on the intro. And that's exactly what he does. Yet he supports other creators like those of us here in the Tuber Chat family for hours at a time. We're usually here for 3 hours, 3 or 4 times a week if you can imagine, and plus more and more. So it shows you the generosity that's out there. I mean, Scratch and PPA, of course, I describe as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, somebody who stands apart in a roundabout sort of way as a leader when it comes to the idea of being an example for how to support others, an example of generosity, right? But there is generosity out there where people are willing to support you even more than you're able to support them, right? If it's impossible to repay Scratch and Pete PA for most people for the support he's given them, yet he does it anyway. So like I said, we're all just very grateful. I get messages almost daily now because of that. Now Scratch and Pete PA is over 1,900 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him towards the 2,000 he's thinking about. Cruising with Keith, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And pardon me, Scratch and PPA brings an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. So what he does is pits 2 lottery tickets against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Scratch and PPA also has presentation on the forefront of his mind. You can see that his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by his thumbnails, which also include content and a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. And then his banner is updated every single week as well, and you can imagine the work that takes also. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production, well over 3 years ago. And this creator has recently started expanding his content. So a few months ago, he took a trip to Italy and brought us his first ever live stream. I know a lot of creators were very excited for him to expand the content on the channel. While he was on that vacation, he brought us a lot of vlogging style shorts to show us around the areas he visited while he was in Italy. And then as well some Italian lottery tickets that we otherwise might not have seen. So it's great to have seen this creator expand their content. When we talk about their main video series, we know, like I said, that they premiere every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. And if you can catch us for one of those premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And of course, all of the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine, and they all allow everyone to meet more friends and family members when you're on their channels for premieres and live streams. So I've got Tiffany Lavishark Johnson and Reeves Blissful Connections onto the wheel. I'm going to spin. We'll see who's coming up next. Judgment Day Mike Harper's in the house. I think I said hello to Maritz's Yarn and Crafts a while ago. I could be mistaken. But thank you again for being here. And I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every single day or for hours at a time when we're here. And Casino Slot Couple is going to come up in a moment, so we're going to go on break for 3.5 minutes. So if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. If you have not already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't usually lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. And even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And if you have the ability to share the stream right now, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate that greatly as well. It could help get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signal sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. We're back in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're back. We're looking at Casino Slot Couple, which is a new channel for the Tuber Chat family. I think they said earlier in the stream they actually recently renamed the channel. So I may have known it before, but I think this is their first time in a Tuber Chat stream. And if I'm mistaken about that, it certainly is the first time we've got them on the screen. 10 the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. Dropped a super chat for Marketplace Boutique. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. And I will put Marketplace Boutique onto the wheel because of that super chat right now. We still got an hour to go. I'll get through as many channels as we can between now and then. And let's look at Casino Slot Couple. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of their videos. I'll take this 10-minute one. I'll put that into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch their video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of their video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I'm happy to see Hilda DC. She's another friend of about 3.5 years. She is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. One of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. Brown Girl Bella is up on the screen right now. And Woman Outdoors, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everybody. Brown Girl Bella is a friend of over 4 years now. Look at this channel grow. She's working on 5,400 subscribers right now. This creator has been an overwhelming, generous friend. One of the first creators that I met in the small YouTuber community. I'd already been on YouTube for a couple of years. I was introduced to a few creators like Brown Girl Bella and some of her friends. And when I described, after getting to know them for a little while, the idea that I was going to start a channel specifically for this purpose, where we're connecting with each other, which is already an idea. There's hundreds of them out there, of course, right? Brown Girl Bella and her friends did not say, don't do that, don't copy us, do your own thing, you know, find your own niche and all that stuff. They said, we'll help you build it. And they did. And up to this day, we're talking literally 3.5 years later, some of these creators are still coming back as often as they can to support other creators. And they all continue to allow people to meet others during their live streams and premieres on their channels. Brown Girl Bella is a perfect example of this. Now, she does a great job with branding, and you will find yourself really getting into the channel when you get there. She does a great job of drawing people into her world, but making everybody feel like they're a part of her family, truly. So this creator is also monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's coming in up on 1,000 videos between shorts, live streams. I'm just going to grab her latest video. She does a lot of get ready with me type videos, a lot of product reviews, especially when it comes to beauty, but she's also been known to do a lot of interviews, and she has a couple of series of live streams. So Sunday Sips and Bella After Dark have been going on for as long as I remember. This creator is incredibly consistent. The conversation can go just about anywhere once she starts, but she often has StreamYard panelists up, and you can see she takes presentation very seriously on her channel as well. She has been an incredibly dear friend for a very long time. I hope everybody will connect with her. You'll meet more friends and family members while you're over there. She's got 1,900 and 2,400 views on a couple of her videos, and like I said, closing in on 5,400. You know, I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of, let's say, even 3,000 and beyond. Ree's Blissful Connections is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. I'll get some more names onto the wheel right away. We'll do that every time we get down to below 5, let's just say. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. The J. Jordan, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. The mother and daughter duo is here. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. It's time for me to get Rushing Wind Mountain. Are they still with us? Rushing Wind Mountain is here just about every day, and usually for the entirety of the stream as well. So get them on the wheel right now. Just Jason, Keto, and more, of course, is coming up. If Regional Sky Girl is still in the house, I'll put her on the wheel right now. I know she was in and out. And then we'll get some more names as we need them. So Ree's Blissful Connections is an interesting channel. This creator supports everything that I do, and wholeheartedly, as a matter of fact. It seems almost every day I'm getting a comment from this creator, and I really appreciate those. I get it as a notification on the phone, which is dead right now, by the way. But when I am out and about, just, you know, doing my daily routine, often my people laugh because my YouTube goes off like you wouldn't believe. I keep my phone on silent almost all the time, but the notifications, of course, still flash on the screen. And it's been mentioned, like, dude, your YouTube's blowing up. And I'm like, no, it's just, it's notifications and things like that. And then Ree's Blissful Connections, though, is supportive in that way. For which I'm grateful, of course. And this channel has gone through a bit of expansion in content for a while now. And then, yeah, thank you for that. Luckily, we don't have to deal with too much of that. So, when we look at Ree's Blissful Connections, let's go through the content here. Pardon me, I got distracted for a second. My phone was off. My moderators have a chat where they wouldn't have been able to get a hold of me for a second there if they needed to. And then when we look at Ree's Blissful Connections, so this is a professional educator and homeschooler. And they started with that content, kind of educating us about those ideas and going through some of the lessons that come along with homeschooling and being a professional educator as well. They expanded their content. They actually got into Vlogmas and did a self-care series. We know that kind of content from our friend Jan Hines as well, which is obviously another popular niche on YouTube. And then they've expanded their content again, getting into more, like, here's an idea, 10 tips for time management, which is great. I can always use that kind of thing. More homeschooling ideas in the latest couple of videos. I'll go back to those in a second. She's got some shorts over here as well. And like most creators, bringing pure variety into the shorts. One of them at almost 5,000 views, and I know that that one's still going because I see the number now at 4.9, so it'll have 5,000 soon. So, I've taken the latest video, 5 goals for an epic 2024. I've put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with this creator a little bit. They're posting frequently, as we can see, usually at least once a week. And then 10 the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By is coming up. Fishhead Videos, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in, and I'll get Regional Sky Girl onto the wheel right now. We'll get some more names on the wheel as we need them shortly. 10 the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By. Dropped a couple of super chats today, for which I'm grateful. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. They've done that kind of thing countless times before, and usually for other creators, as a matter of fact, like today for Marketplace Boutique, who's another incredibly supportive creator. So 10 the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By is a longtime friend. This creator used to be known as Kitty Mom Adventures. She reset and restarted her channel and seeks to inspire us in a spiritual way more than anything else. She's working on 700 subscribers right now, bringing a bit of variety into her videos lately, especially with a couple of these shopping haul type videos. I'm just going to take the latest one, put it into my catch-up list. I think I shared that out, but haven't watched it yet, if I remember right. I always do my video shares in advance. And then shorts videos on this channel are where we see the spiritual inspiration that we expect and know and love from 10 the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By. They've got into 2,600 and 2,700 views here. Sometimes you'll see a few people mention Penny in the chat. They're talking about Kitty Mom Adventures here. They're talking about Penny, the creator behind the channel. And then she's done a lot of live streaming. We'll see if she's going to keep those up and start those up again. I've actually been on her channel before she reset and restarted several years ago. She's been a friend that long, actually. We were on stream for 4 hours together, if you can imagine. Regional Sky Girl, look at that. You're coming up right away. The odds are ever in your favor. As soon as I put you on the wheel, you came up instantly. So we'll see what Regional Sky Girl's got going on. This creator happens to be a flight attendant, and they are bringing us all over North America. Actually, forgive me, because I'm not sure if you're going everywhere. I'm not sure if you're everywhere, although it looks like you might be. And forgive me for not knowing yet. I'm still getting to know the channel. Regional Sky Girl's been with us for a while now. I think it's well over a month, getting into a couple of months now. And forgive me, it could be even longer. Mitchy Boo, good to see you in the house. That's Mitchell and Doll still. They've got 2 channels, of course. They've been here a while today. And then Fishhead Video says they have a new love for live streaming, which is great. And thank you for saying that, because we've got we had a discussion earlier in the chat about the idea of live streaming for anybody who's thinking about doing it but hasn't done it yet. I always want to encourage everybody, because I promise you it's easier than it seems, and most of us gravitate towards it. I'm just going to see what their 10-minute vacation was here. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. And Regional Sky Girl says US and Canada only, even though I see palm trees, which as far as I know don't exist in Canada, but it looks like paradise to us every time we see it, in my opinion. And then this creator is here with us frequently, so going to take us all over North America, which is great to see. Canada and the US at least, and they're always jet setting. As we can see, they've got a premiere coming up in a couple of days. They're posting frequently though also. So they're going to be able to show us a lot of beautiful views. Now, this creator as well has done a couple of live streams. So they did one a couple months ago. They did another one yesterday. So hopefully we'll see some more from this creator. And I see they just picked up a subscriber. They had 153. They're up to 154 now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 200. I know they're thinking about. And then as well, this creator I've seen out supporting a lot of others as well. When I'm out bouncing around between premieres and live streams, as often as I can be, I run into some creators, and I'm always pleased to see everybody supporting each other. But some of these channels like Rushing Wind Mountain now, Regional Sky Girl that I just mentioned, are out there supporting all kinds, like Marketplace Boutique. Every time I look, even when I'm not expecting to see anybody, I see them. There's Sister Winnie as well. She never forgets the thumbs up. Thanks for coming in. She streams frequently as well. And then, yes, thank you, 10 the Sheep Warrior, where I don't pass them by. Because you put a super chat earlier, I'd already had you on the wheel, but Marketplace Boutique was put on the wheel after you dropped that second one. But thank you for that. And then Rushing Wind Mountain is up right now. It's time for me to get a couple more names onto the wheel from our chat list, so I'll do that in another second here. Rushing Wind Mountain is in the Pacific Northwest, and they bring us nature and wildlife videos. If we dig through their shorts far enough, we'll find a few humorous moments, but otherwise it's beautiful views and pleasing audio to go along with it. I'm just going to grab their latest video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. But you can see that they talk about relaxation, peace, calm. That's what they want to bring us in the form of videos. When we get into shorts, we see more wildlife here. And some of these have done really well, getting into 5,000 and 6,000 views. Live streams are something that they might continue, so we'll keep an eye on the channel. We've always got notification bells on for everyone in the spirit of catching as much content from each other as we can, and they're working on 1,800 subscribers now. So if anybody in the house would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Just Jason Keto and more is coming up right now. We'll see what he's got going on. I noticed you mentioned to somebody you were going to send over the tracking for a prize that they won the other day. Just Jason Keto and more on Thursday did his monetization celebration stream, and a handful of us were hanging out, supporting him. He had people coming in and out, as a lot of those monetization celebrations do, but he streams every Thursday. He did a couple of giveaways. One of the things that Just Jason Keto is known for very well here in the Tuber Chat family is chaffle recipes. He's done tons of them, and he's done a complete series around Christmas as well, but he gave away a couple of chaffle makers, which was cool. But one of the things I just want to show everybody, if you're thinking about sending anything anywhere, I know there's a few different websites for this. I use Shippo. And even when I'm in my full-time job and I do a small amount of eBay work with an eBay store, I help with the listing and shipping and stuff like that. I've probably shipped over 1,000 packages, but Shippo is the system that I use here. Not everything's available in Canada, of course, but Shippo has all of the carriers put in, and basically I've been recommending this to a few people lately because it can save money. My son, for instance, was going to send something to somebody out of country, and he asked me, what do you use for shipping? As soon as I told him Shippo, he messaged me back and said, wow, it's like half price. And I'm like, yeah, it can be, right? So I just wanted to mention that. I know a lot of our friends are sending things to each other, even in giveaways and things like that. I've sent a few things around to moderators and a couple of giveaway winners and things like that as well. So Just Jason Keto and more's up on the screen right now. I just want to get another couple of names onto the wheel. If Canadian Family Life's still around, I'll get you on there. I might have to start doing this manually in a quick second here. Pretty Witty and Risky is going to come up, at Jesse Miller Unboxings and More for now, and then I'll get another couple of names as we need them. We looked at Kermidge in Alaska. And Just Jason Keto and More, like I said, in Thursday was the monetization celebration. Just Jason Keto and More wants to motivate us to eat healthier, live healthier, particularly when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. So he's saying changing lives one chaffle at a time. Absolutely, yes. He's become very well known. I wonder how many chaffle recipes he's done on his channel. I wonder if it's 100 or not yet. That might be a bit far out, but he does several, and like I said, recently did an entire series of 12. So he's done another couple. His latest video was chaffles again. I mentioned the idea. I'm feeling like I might go and get one of those Dash Mini chaffle makers, because I might try this for myself. I eat eggs every day. I love eggs. I eat them every morning. And but I think about the idea of healthier snacks and things like that. And somebody like me, I don't know if it's just because I work indoors and I'm on the computer all the time. I'm always working, always busy, but still possibly finding myself bored at the same time. A lot of the work I do tends to be repetitive. So I don't know if that's what it is, and I find myself snacking constantly. But if I can start to get into something like this, as opposed to some of the other things I'd consider eating, it might be a healthy alternative there. So we'll think about that. But Just Jason Keto and More does a lot more on his channel. He has talks with us. He has a lot of guests that come on and share their views, their life experiences. He's gotten into some product reviews and unboxing videos, as well as a lot of live streams. So more product reviews. He'll help us make sense of the ingredients on some of the products we might buy when we're thinking about a healthier lifestyle, especially a keto-based diet or lifestyle. When we get into his shorts, there's a hint here, because some of the healthy-looking grilling shorts have done really well, getting into 5,000 and 6,000 views, and one which I've seen over 22,000, which is great to see for him as well. Live streams are frequent, so like I said, every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. If he ever has to miss one, he drops a premiere, but he often has guests on with him. Either way, when you catch him for a premiere or a live stream, he's got an engaged audience that also wants to inspire and help. So I always find myself compelled to participate when I'm there, and there is a lot of support and tips and tricks from other people also giving their life experiences, whether it's in the chat or whether it's on screen with him as well. So I hope everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and more. He has been an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter ever since finding the Tuber Chat family, and we're very excited to see him monetized now with Super Chats and memberships available on the channel. Another friend now of 3 years and beyond is Jessie Miller, Unboxings and More. So we'll see what she's got going on. Cabarar Vlogs and Adventures is in the house. That's the second channel from Cabarar Gaming. He was live today. He's live almost every day doing some gameplay. He posts frequently as well. I Am Betty J Gathers is live frequently. Good to see you in the house. She's responsible for us gaining hundreds, probably, of thumbs up on our live streams because of her friendly and energetic reminders. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream right now, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Simply Vigo is coming up on the wheel right now. I just put Feathered Friends Homestead on there, and then I'll get another couple of names onto the wheel shortly. The key to getting on the wheel and the screen is just to be as active as possible in the chat when you're engaging in true conversation. I've got a chat bot that keeps track of that, and channels are on a bit of a leaderboard there. I reach over to my list and add names to the wheel as I need them. And then thank you. Yes, I Am Betty J Gathers, officially a member for 2 years, if you can believe that. So thank you for that. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then Maritime Dash Cam is stuck. Can't get into their regular account depending on which computer they're in. Yeah, something must be up there. I wonder if that has to do with brand accounts and this and that. I'm hoping that you can get that sorted. There's a few ways to switch accounts when you're logged in, but perhaps I can look into those things and see if I can help you with that. Mr. Fulton Mraz has a talent show coming up. That'll be great. Mr. Fulton Mraz gets involved in a lot of these different types of competitions, like American Idol tryouts and things like that, and always has good news for us in the chat. He's been a friend of over 4 years. Jessie Miller Unboxings and More is now over 1,800 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,900 we know they're thinking about. I'm going to take this featured video and put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, just lovingly named here for fun in the Tuber Chat streams. This is a different type of unboxing video. Am I right about that? Sweet Beginnings, it says. It might be bracelets again. I can't tell if that's necklaces or bracelets or what that is. I'll have to watch the video. Jessie Miller Unboxings and More does a lot of unboxings, as you can imagine, but then when they bring us shorts videos, they feature some of the products that they found in some of the unboxing videos, like these bracelets that they've seen, and they mix up the content, including monthly subscriptions, so that we have different things to see. And Jessie Miller Unboxings and More has been doing this frequently for literally like 3 years now. I think it's even beyond that. So I didn't realize you had a schedule. Forgive me, I should have seen that a long time ago. Premiere Sundays at 3 p.m. So as a minimum once a week. She stepped it up over the Christmas season and might be bringing us live streams as well. She usually does these about once a month. So we'll keep an eye on the channel. We've always got notification bells on to try to catch her when she drops another one. And then Tiffany Lava Shark Johnson is coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. They are an incredibly supportive creator as well. I don't know if Mark the Shark, he comes in briefly lately. We have actually matching hats. Mark the Shark was generously sent over a couple of hats, for which I'm grateful, but Tiffany and I have the same one here. Much love and aloha. And this creator brings us for some outdoor adventures more than anything else. A lot of the videos are quite short here. I'm just going to take the latest one. I'll put this in my catch-up list right now. and that'll give me a chance to catch up the smallest bit. But when we get into official shorts videos, we see that this creator as well has got over 2,500 views on a couple of them. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator goes live occasionally. I thought I caught them for the last one, but I guess it was before that. Hopefully we'll catch Tiffany Lava Shark Johnson for more of those as they step those up, and we've got our notification bell on for every single channel. That will help us catch as much content as we can. Maritime Dashcam again is Corinne's life here as a beloved and dedicated moderator, and she has been as well for now what's getting on 3.5 years. So Marketplace Boutique is coming up right now. This creator is another extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, but a super chat was dropped for her by 10 the Sheep Where I Don't Pass Them By. And 10 the Sheep Don't, 10 the Sheep Where I Don't Pass Them By has done that many times before. It's an incredibly generous thing to have done. And Marketplace Boutique is another creator that I see out supporting others all the time. I joke with them because I see them sometimes even when I'm almost lurking, you would say. Some of you know that I happen to work on a computer, so I'm lucky enough I got dual screens and everything. When I'm working, I'm usually working on one screen. I got 4 YouTube streams or playlists or whatever it is running in the other monitor. So I'm usually on 4 things at a time or close to it. And often what will happen is I'll get into a live stream and say hello to everybody. I'll be active for about 15 minutes, but I most often just let them run now, right? Unless I gotta like start dashing around and things like that. I let them run for a long time. Just last week there was a stream, if I remember right, and I think it was for Kid Wonder, and I was on there. I was active for about 15 minutes. I'd let it run for about half an hour, and then Marketplace Boutique just showed up, and I was kind of amazed because I'm like, wait a second, I don't know if you like even knew this channel, like at least not from Tuber Chat, but maybe. And Marketplace Boutique, I'm pleasantly surprised by how much I've seen them out supporting others, so I just keep saying that. Yeah, I should do that, actually. 10 the Sheep Where I Don't Pass Them By. I haven't had ideas for a new emoji for a while, but I could probably add another one anytime now. So I'll have to try that as an idea, see if I can find a good catch-up. There isn't one, is there? No, there's not one that I can see right away. Yeah, I'll see if I can find one. And then Marketplace Boutique is going to talk to us about buying and selling, usually on places like eBay. This creator's been in e-commerce since 1998. They were working in law and wanted to find a career change that would let them spend more time at home. And they share their journey with us. And I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but I do a bit of eBay work as well. I do a tiny sliver for myself. I help with an eBay store with some shipping and listing and things like that. The shipping and the listing are easy to do, but Marketplace Boutique tells us how we can find the right things to buy and sell, hopefully make a healthy profit while giving a good deal to somebody on the other side as well. Over 500 subscribers now at 521. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 600 they're going to be thinking about. They're already hunting for Valentine's Day stuff, which is perfect. And then shorts videos on this channel have gotten into 4,000, 8,000 views on one, 12,000 views on another, which is great to see. And Marketplace Boutique is here with us just about every single day as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. I should see what I should see this other. I'm going to put this other video into another playlist as well. I just want to see some of my eBay stuff. I made a horrible mistake when I started with eBay because I tend to get fascinated with things and I jump too quickly. So what happened is when I started working with the eBay store that I'm working with now, it's just part of my full-time job. It usually doesn't take more than a couple hours a week to do anything I've got to do. But right away, I was like, oh, I'm going to sell things that I know about. So I went out and I bought from an auction about 400 DVDs. And I still have about 390 of them. Because I didn't stop to think, well, who's going to pay $20 to have a DVD shipped when the DVD is less than $10, right? So I'm stuck here with a handful of stuff, and I'm going to have to put some extra work into pushing that. And there's lots of ways to do that as well. But Marketplace Boutique is going to help us avoid those kind of mistakes by describing the idea of finding the right things to buy and sell on eBay because and other places, because these platforms change too. COVID changed the world in a lot of different ways. We used to do a lot of sales on Kijiji, and I'm sure a lot of people were selling a lot on Craigslist, but when the pandemic came around, people were not buying on Kijiji. Ours dried completely up. And then as well, the platform changes all the time, so they limit the number of listings you can have, or at least free listings and stuff like that, and it just threw a wrench right into the whole operation. At the same time, there are new platforms coming out, like Let Go is now a popular app that does the same type of idea. Marketplace Boutique is going to help us avoid the mistakes that we otherwise might make, and they'll be able to help us keep on top of the changes that are going on in eBay and the other platforms, I'm sure, as well. So, Feathered Friends Homestead is up on the screen right now. Ben Sai and Games, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Fishhead Videos, thank you for the super chat, by the way, and thank you for the kind words. I'll get Fishhead Videos on the wheel right away. And we're looking at Feathered Friends Homestead. We'll go on break after this channel for 3.5 minutes for hopefully the last time for today. We still got a half an hour to go. And then after Tuber Chat, we'll run a stream on our copyright-free music channel for an hour where everybody will be welcome to come over, participate in the virtual nightclub of video game we got going on, and connect with other creators as well. We got link drops over there. So Feathered Friends Homestead is up right now with 443 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 500 they must be thinking about. Let's just have a look through their videos. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm going to grab their 2024 vegetable garden seed haul video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to watch another piece of content. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen is that over time I get to know the channels, and over weeks and months by hanging out in live streams, premieres, and watching videos, I get to know the content. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I always enjoy getting to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. So Feathered Friends Homestead says they are Kim, Chuck, and their Chihuahua Peanut. They're located in rural Colorado. They love farming, gardening, cooking, baking, canning, and home preserving, and they also raise a lot of feathered friends. So they are going to share their homesteading journey with us. Lots of delicious looking content on this channel, as a matter of fact. I'm going to get through a few more of these videos. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see that these creators have gotten into 1,500 and beyond with a lot of outdoor content as well. So that's interesting. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Feathered Friends Homestead. They've actually been making frequent appearances here in Tuber Chat. They've been with us almost every stream lately. Let's spin the wheel. And then, yeah, Maritime Dashcam. I have another suggestion for you, and forgive me because I'm not able to keep up with the chat as much as I wish and see the whole conversation. If you haven't already logged right out of YouTube, reset your entire computer and device, literally unplug the router, even though it makes no sense that that would matter. But let's just say we do it anyway. Start firing everything up again and then log back into YouTube fresh or with another browser. That might help. I've never had the trouble that you're having right now, but I'll show you something as well. When I click on my avatar and I go to switch account, you can see I've got a handful that are all logged in, and this is just on one browser. Some of those accounts are experimental. Some of them are ideas I expected to do something with. Some of them I just use really for playlists and stuff like that now, and I use a different browser for, like, let's say, for those of you who know Jeff Lepard or Travel Fun 69, I run 3 channels for him. He has 4, and I use a different browser just so that I can be logged into all of them without accidentally putting the wrong things on the wrong channel and everything like that. Yeah, I would still think about logging right out of YouTube, shutting down, restarting, logging back in, because when you log in, it should ask you if you want your channel to be the default. But maybe we can talk after. Maritime Dashcam is a long time friend, so maybe we'll do a phone call and we can I could try to help with that if it's possible. And then Fishhead Videos is up here. This is another channel I'm still getting to know. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I know I probably forgot to thank a couple of people, and I don't mean to do that, but thank you to everyone for the generous contributions today. And then Fishhead Videos now is over 1,100 subscribers. I'm just going to take this featured video, though. I'm going to put this in a playlist I call Catch Up, and it's just a fun name for a playlist so I can keep caught up with creators. Fishing, camping, cooking, and building on this channel. Kind of a good explanation or a good example of why I group a lot of outdoor channels into the homesteading category, even though it's not the same thing. You know, when we're fishing, I know a lot of people are doing catch and release, but I also know what it's like. When I was a young lad, I did a lot of fishing with my father, my grandfather. I was in Boy Scouts and all that stuff, and I know what it's like to catch a fish, clean it, cook it, eat it, and stuff like that. I actually enjoyed the process at the time. I haven't been for a long time, but we see a bit of that. So we see outdoor content, indoor content. You know, I think we can learn from a lot of our friends when it comes to the idea of fishing, if we ever had to, right? Not for the zombie apocalypse, but for anything that might come around. It's good to be able to know and have the confidence to know that we can do that kind of thing if we need to. But there's a lot to learn, a lot from our outdoor friends. Fishing is part of that, of course. So Fishhead Videos as well has got shorts that have gotten into 5,000, 5,400 views, which is great to see. Lots of outdoor content here. And then live streams on the channel seem to be fairly frequent, at least once a week as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with them, put that notification bell on like we do for all creators, and that should help us catch them. Hopefully you have our notification bell on as well. That goes for everybody so that you don't miss our further live streams. Although I do post them in advance now as well. So anybody can check the Tuber Chat front page anytime to see when the next few streams are coming up. So let's go for 3.5 minutes. We will come back and look at Pretty Witty and Risky, or simply Vigo, it looks like it's going to be. And I'll take channels one by one and put them on the wheel right now. We'll get through as many as we can in the next 20 minutes, and then we'll go over to the music channel for another special live stream. We're back in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're back looking at Simply Vigo. So this is a channel that is brand new to Tuber Chat. Shelly is the creator behind this channel, a plant-based lifestyle journey in the kitchen. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you've got on the channel here. Actually, this will be an interesting video. Once you try Brussels sprouts this way, there's no going back. There's a lot of things that I'm sure everybody will agree in the chat. When we're children, we don't like, and things like that. You know, my parents forced me to eat everything, so I'd eat almost everything without a problem. And now, you know, decades later, I'll eat just about anything. Nothing exotic, let's just say, or nothing out of what I would consider my ordinary. But I mean, we all pretty much eat the same meats, in some cases, vegetables, things like that. In this case, a plant-based channel. And Brussels sprouts are an example of something. When I was a kid, I'd like whine and complain, I don't want to eat these. But in an older time, you sometimes actually want them. You're like, oh, you know, I haven't had a good helping of Brussels sprouts in a while. And maybe not everybody will agree with those in particular, but I think it may be a good example. There's Corinne's life there, so good to see you in on the other account. And then Simply Vigo. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you've got here. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take a longer video here. I'm going to take this 9-minute video. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give you a thumbs up and subscribe and put the I will leave a meaningful, genuine comment. I'll subscribe to the channel, put the notification bell on as I always do. I'll give you a thumbs up on that video, of course. And I'll put your notification bell on. Hopefully you'll put ours on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 or 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And yes, vegan. Okay, yes. So not vegan and vegetarian. I know there are differences, and forgive me for not being 100% certain. I have a lot to learn, but I know there are similarities in the diets or meal planning. Pretty Witty and Risky, good to see you. And we're going to have a look at them on the screen. I see this channel out supporting others as well. They just recently came into the Tuber Chat family. I think it's been just under a couple of months now. But I see them out supporting others also. 550 subscribers right now, and they bring us a lot of lottery ticket scratching. Am I right? Yes. So this is a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm just going to take their latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to stay caught up with them, or try to get caught up with them. They're posting frequently, so every couple of days it seems they're on, every other day. And then shorts videos on this channel as well have gotten into 2,000, even 3,000 views and far beyond. So hopefully everybody will connect with Pretty Witty and Risky. You have to risk it for the biscuit, yes, for sure. So they bring a lot of fun everywhere they go as well. I noticed the engagement in the chat, both here in Tuber Chat and out when I run into them supporting others. And that's always great as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with them, get some of that support coming back to you as well. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. DJ's Adventures and Beyond has recently been renamed, but this is another friend who's with us frequently. And let's have a look at their channel. They'll be talking about traveling, exploring, camping videos, for instance, and a little bit more arts and crafts mixed in there. I'll leave it to you to read their lengthy about page. And then when we get into the channel, we see quite a bit of variety in the outdoor content they're usually bringing us, along with a couple of haul videos or shopping videos there. And then shorts have gotten into 1,500 and 1,700 views, with a lot of outdoor content here and some crafting, it looks like, or art. And getting on 900 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And DJ's Adventures and Beyond has been with us frequently lately as well, even though, like I said, they recently renamed the channel. Hopefully everybody will help push them towards that 900. And then let's see what I can do about adding another couple of names onto the wheel. I'll get Corinne's Life on there, of course. That is Maritime Dashcam. And let me just see who's still with us. I gotta refresh a page in the background. We'll spin between these two creators for now, and I'll add another couple of names. I gotta take it one at a time. We still got another 10 minutes to go, and then I'll leave this stream running for an extra 3 minutes, and then we can raid into the music channel, which I'll run an hour stream over there. It's a virtual nightclub. We got a video game going. Everybody can participate over there in the chat. There's link drops. We can keep connecting with each other, and I'll appreciate everybody coming over if you can. I just want to see if I Am Betty J Gathers is still here. Woman Outdoors is going to get onto the wheel right now. She'll take Maritza's Yarn and Crafts place. And then Judgment Day, Mike Harper's been with us for a while today. And I'll take it one by one after that. So let's spin, and when we look at Maritza's Yarn and Crafts, we see a creator who's here with us every day. I see them out supporting others every day as well. 413 subscribers right now, but we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 500 they're thinking about. I Am Betty J Gathers. I'm going to get you on the wheel in a second. Woman Outdoors is next. And I see they got a Dollar Tree video here. So I mentioned it the other day. I was laughing. I should have took a picture of it, and I didn't. It might still be on the sticker. I bought a, I needed for my work area, garbage can and recycling bin. And I just got them at the dollar store or whatever, but one of them, I forget which one, had a price tag of $5 finally. Now, I'm in Canada, so our $5 really only works out to just over $3.50 American. But it's interesting to know that our major dollar chain, which is Dollarama it's called, we also have Dollar Tree, Dollarama has everything up to and beyond $4 now, but that was the first time I noticed a $5 price tag. And I've been saying it for a long time, but I'm not going to be surprised these things get all the way up to $9 at some point. I believe they really did start at $1 or $2. So Maritza's Yarn and Crafts also is going to get into a lot of yarn, as we can see. A lot of interesting colors and textures in a lot of this stuff. I've got a lot to learn from our crocheting and knitting and crafting friends with the Fiber Arts and Fiber Crafts, but Maritza's Yarn and Crafts is going to help with that. Shorts on the channel have gotten into almost 800 views here and beyond, so hopefully she'll post more and more. That will continue to grow. She says she loves to crochet, sew, draw, paint, garden, as well as thrift and travel, and she'll share all of those things with us on her channel. Woman Outdoors is coming up next. We'll see what they've got going on. I said I Am Betty J Gathers is coming up next. I'll get them onto the wheel. Woman Outdoors is somebody who happens to be in the Northeast and able, therefore, to show us all 4 seasons when it comes to outdoor content. Here's an example right here. We see the fall colors, although the trees have lost their leaves, so we might be in winter, just not with snow. I happen to be in Canada, in southern Ontario, closer to Toronto and Niagara Falls, but we haven't seen a lot of snow this year. We got hammered, I think last week it was, must be a week and a half now, Friday, and it was pretty bad, but that's all we've seen. That's all I've seen. I've been lucky so far. Pardon me for a second here. And then when we look at Woman Outdoors channel, though, she's going to take us camping, exploring. She does reviews, outdoor cooking, fishing. She really takes us to a lot of interesting places, especially as a solo camper. She's got this tent now for the truck, but she's taken us to some really interesting places. And done a lot of product reviews now. These are increasing here. I've actually, this is really interesting, this camping light video. I have something similar from a sponsor that I got to do a video of. I'm overdue, actually. I should hurry up and get it done, maybe today or tomorrow. But these lanterns can be great, not just for camping, some of them as well. So I hope everybody will check that out from Woman Outdoors. But she's been a long-time friend. It's been well over a couple of years now. Woman Outdoors working on 1,400 subscribers. She's gotten into 1,900 and 2,700 views on some of her shorts videos. And there's some of that interesting weather. That was a snowstorm from last year. And then live streams on the channel are something she's done many times before. She's joined others on StreamYard panels as well. And we'll keep our notification bell on to catch all of her content if we can. But of course, if she's going to pick up live streams, we'll catch those as well. Judgment Day Mike Harper's coming up right now. I am Betty J. Gathers is on the wheel. We'll take it one by one. I think I mentioned it. If anybody wants to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Judgment Day Mike Harper is somebody who brings us videos occasionally. So it's been a couple of weeks now. They're usually on at least once a week with a video. They got some shorts here, and these have gotten into 1,100 views now and beyond. A little bit of video gameplay there. Live streams feature talking head videos from this creator as well, but they give us a chance to get to know them and updates about what's going on with them and their channel. And then as well, let's look at Michael Harper. This creator's got a couple of channels. We'll look at the second one. Michael Harper's a really popular name, so I got to scroll through some search results to find this. But what we do is just match the avatar while we're going through the search results to make sure we've got the right channel. We know that he's got 53 subscribers over here. More DVD reviews on this channel. When we get into videos, we get an idea of that. And then shorts, kind of expand on that and get into 350 and almost 430 views there. So hopefully everybody will help push Michael Harper towards that first 100. They're just over halfway there now. And then I'm also going to drop a link for the music channel. Just started the stream, but we still got a couple minutes here. I'll leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes as well, so everybody can clean up their connections here, but everybody's free to come over and continue connecting on the music channel. We have a virtual nightclub over there. There's a video game going and link drops as well. I am Betty J. Gathers is a longtime friend who lately wants to bring us the idea of living our best life over 60. Although what I find when I get to her channel is that all of her content can relate to just about everybody. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's always smiling, always laughing. It's me, Alec. Good to see you in the house. I am Betty J. Gathers, posts frequently, so she's just posted a video yesterday. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. I didn't realize how far behind I am. She posts almost every other day, it looks like, for the last 2 weeks. When we get into shorts videos, we see that this creator's gotten into 3,400, 3,600 views on a couple of these. You can see she's a dynamic creator just from her thumbnails. I'm just going to put my notifications on for a couple of these live streams coming up. We always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and hoping to catch as much content from each other as we can as well. You can see I catch her as often as I can, of course. When we get into videos, though, lately she's been bringing us a lot of vlogging, letting us see what she's doing, going about her day and her life, and giving us a chance to get to know her. And we can go even farther when we get into the live streams. And she's willing to hop in on a lot of StreamYard panels with other creators as well. So we'll spin the wheel just for fun. We'll get to Corinne's life. She's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator, happens to be a member as well. That was Maritime Dashcam. She's got 2 different channels. I'll show you both of them. Maritime Dashcam is something she's just started. bringing us dash cam footage from Nova Scotia, obviously a fellow Canadian. She's got a couple of shorts on the channel already. A couple of videos have started. She's got 20 subscribers over there. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards the first 100. And when we get to Corinne's life, we see a creator that also happens to own a small business and produces merchandise. So I'll talk about that in another moment. And I'll drop the link one more time. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up on the way out. Give the music channel a thumbs up on the way in. And if I've missed anything that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment here in the chat, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Corinne's life as well is now at 2,200 subscribers, monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, she brings videos, shorts, and live streams, and this channel really does encompass everything that is Corinne's life. So she could be indoors, could be outdoors. Pardon me, she could be cooking, cleaning, giving us a chance to get to know her. She could be taking us outdoors on an adventure or even traveling. And like I said, she happens to be a small business owner, so she gives us the opportunity to see how merchandise is produced, and then as well, we can use her as a resource when it comes time to think about merchandise for our own channels and our businesses as well. So we'll get into shorts on the channel. Some of these are really moving along. She's got a couple at 7,400 views. One is still moving at 19,000. She's got another one at 77,000 as well, and you can see it's pure variety in her shorts videos. Live stream are frequent on the channel. Sometimes she's given us a chance to see her work, and then sometimes she'll take us out on an adventure. She does a lot of StreamYard panels. I've joined her both on her channel and many others many times before. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. We've started up the music stream already, so I hope everybody will come over. There's a virtual nightclub over there. The video game is going. Everybody can participate in the chat. And we have link drops as well. There's a few people over there already. And the live redirect should set everybody over for a raid also. And I'll see you there. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. To our moderators and Scratch and Pete PA, thank you very much for everything that you do. And we'll see everybody again on Thursday. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.